Prefer when I'm by myself. I don't wanna hang around y'all. Pray for good.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to another edition of Combat Sports Weekly Live. We are live on Facebook and on YouTube. So sa Facebook po, make sure you follow Coach Franco Rulloda. We're also live sa Pinoy Fight Exchange. So i-follow nyo po yung dalawang pages na yon. And then, para po sa mga kaibigan natin sa YouTube, good evening po sa inyong lahat, YouTube. And please make sure you subscribe to the YouTube channel, Coach Franco Rulloda. Isang magandang gabi po sa inyong lahat. And of course, joining me is my fellow titos of fighting, JC Reyes of Destroy MNL and Pinoy Fight Exchange. What's up?
Is up. Good evening. Thank you for nabanggit mo na lang din yung Pinoy Fight Exchange. In 4 days, 1,000 followers na tayo agad dun.
Ayun, no? Di ba? Sasabi ko sa inyo. Yan tayo. The power of numbers.
4
Earl,
days,
what's up?
4 days prior, parang wala pang 100 yun.
Diba?
Hulaan mo kung bakit naging 1,000 yun.
Bakit? Anong?
Last counting. Yung resulta nung yung controversial part do sa headbutt nung Casimero.
Nako, pag-uusapan natin yan.
Mamaya pag-uusapan
natin yan. Nako, maraming lessons dyan. And of course, everybody, we're gonna do a little bit of admin work. Everybody, ito yung part na kailangan po namin ng tulong nyo. Kasi maraming nagre-report ng show. Hindi ko alam kung bakit maraming nagre-report ng show, maraming nagre-report ng page. Tapos, hindi ko alam. Hindi ko alam yung motivations behind it. So, isang malaking pasasalamat po namin pagka tulungan niyo po kami, share po natin tong live discussion natin, tong ating live broadcast, ang ating online kwentuhan. Hey, what's up? What's up? Kita-kits tayo!
What's up? Oo nga, no?
Idol ko yan. Idol natin yan. Okay? So, yan. Kaka-on air, lagi po kaming nire-report, lagi po kaming, hindi ko alam kung bakit maraming naiinggit sa amin, pero, di ba, ganun lang yan. Ayan! That is true, my brother. That is true. Snitches get stitches, man. Di ba? Get choked out in clinches. Ito, gusto ko yan. I'm gonna steal that line. Ito si Dodong, si Diego Bandido, tawag dito. Pwedeng gawing, ito Diego Bandido quote to okay? Pwede niyang gawin t-shirt to. Pag nagpagawa si Diego Bandido ng t-shirt na ganito, bibili ako nito. Okay, gusto ko to. Gusto niyo mag-buffet? Hoy! Kaya aga puro chismis na kagad tayo, kaya tayo nare-report. JC, di ba yung last week? Talagang may ang tawag dito? May report na sinend si Facebook, tapos pinakita ko rin sa'yo, may nabuhay na naman na troll dun sa, sino-troll na naman yung account ko, di ba?
Ay, naku, talaga.
Sinasabi ko talaga sa inyo, mga kaibigan, yung mga hindi kayang magsalita sa harapan mo, titirahin ka talaga ng patalikod. Diba? Kasi mga duwag sila. Ayaw nila ng Isang magandang gabi rin, Coach Monit Pabroa. Diba? Hope you guys are doing well. Teka lang, admin work tayo. Quick admin work. Tulungan niyo po kami, mga kaibigan. Share po natin tong ating live broadcast. Itong usapan, chikahan natin. Kasi marami tayong matututunan tonight. Marami tayong pag-uusapan. Oo, tama. Dito Pacholo, tama. Bias talaga kami. Bias kami sa mga tanga. Ayaw namin sa tanga. Ayaw namin sa mga bobo. Ayan, yun ang mahirap Pang-usapang may utak tayo dito. Okay, makulit, pero makulit, 'di ba? No, makulit, no holds barred, 'di ba? Walang filter, feeling ko yun no JC, wala kasi tayong Hindi tayo nagki-cater sa feelings Ikaw JC kasi dapat JC nagki-cater ka sa feelings ng ibang tao.
I mean, alam naman natin kasi talaga yung mga dapat binibigyan ng oras na pag-usapan sa alin yung mga hindi. Kung it's for the better of the community, usapan natin. Pero pag hindi, bala na. Wag na.
Tayo lang tayo dito. Kung ano yung nangyayari.
Oo.
Tsaka para matuto, 'di ba? Para matuto. Kailangan matuto tayo. Tsaka para hindi maglokohan, 'di ba? Ayan na naman, may nakita na naman ako una sa lahat, 'pag nagpa-tournament ka, kailangan yung participants mo maayos, okey?
Mm.
Walang 'di ba, parang hindi yung parang pumulot ka lang ng mga tao diyan sa tabi-tabi para lang masabing may ano ka, may event ka, 'di ba? Kasi nakakaano, nababawasan yung credibility nung community. Teka lang. Ayan po tayo mga kaibigan. Tayo po ay mag-share lang saglit ng ano, ng ating mga
O nga pala, may nagpapabati. Sige, greet na rin natin. Coach Jack Ferrer and Chucky Ortiz. Happy
Hoy!
sa
What's
inyo.
up, Coach Jack? Jack Ferrer.
And may isa pa may isa pang may birthday ngayon na na isa sa possibly future to ng Pinoy boxing Si Shadrack
Sino?
De Los Reyes. Yung 7 years old na ngayon na bata from Baguio ng galing gumalaw.
Uy! May nakita
Na
akong video nun dati.
part ng Lions Head Boxing Youth Prospect Program ni Coach
Oh,
JR.
nice. Nice. That is good. That is good. Ayan,
When you have
teka
proper
lang.
guidance, when you have the right coaches, nasa tamang
Tama
daan.
yan, importante yan. Guidance, coaching. Tapos pag lalong-lalo na kung gusto nyo talagang sumikat sa ano, hindi man sumikat, parang yung sumikat madali yun Yung magkaroon ng career sa combat sports, ayan. Pag gusto niyo kumita ng pera, yan, dito kayo. Pag gusto niyo magpapansin sa social media na meron kayong ginagawa na, 'di ba, si Conor McGregor, naglalabas yan ng video na may pera kasi yung pera na yon sa kanya. Hindi siya pan-display. Okay? Nakakatawa. Tsaka sa lahat, gagawin yan dito sa Pilipinas. Hello, BIR. Diba? Kita mo si Yexel. Yexel ba yon yung punyeta?
Yes.
na may ano, na natulpo tuloy. Diba?
Nagulat nga ako dahil dun sa issue niya, kumalat na ng kumalat and lumalalim ang issue niyan. Kaya lang it's not for us to talk about pero may mga tao na involved kasi.
Hindi, pero yun nga, so tandaan nyo, yung mga nagfe-flex sa social media, lahatin na natin sila, yung mga, lalo-lalo yung mga MLM, yung mga, yung ano, sasabihin may pera akong ganito. Tandaan nyo, wag nyong gagawin yan. Kasi unang-unang magsusumbong mga tao, unang-unang gagawin ng mga maiinggit sa inyo or maiinis sa inyo, papakita sa BIR yun. Di ba? Anong gagawin mo pag kumatok yung BIR sa'yo, di ba? Di ba, sabi mo, ito po, may bidensya. Ito. Di ba, nagyayabang kami, pero paano mo ngayon sasabihin na, so bakit, yung iba kasi kiniklaim nila, kanila raw yun. Kaya ako, never talaga, don't flex money, don't flex anything on social media, di ba? Let your success do the talking. Tapos,
style, diba, nangihiram ng sasakyan, kunyari kanila.
Oo, yan din, yan, mga style MLM, di ba? Yung mga scammer na, tandaan nyo yung mga ganyan, the moment, if it's too good to be true, iwasan nyo yan Tapos, yung ito rin, yung mga tao rin naman sa combat sports community, okay? Lahatin natin. Pagka, yung mga MLM communities, wag na kayong mag-recruit sa kapwa. Kasi pag sumablay kayo sa MLM nyo, nawala na kayo ng kita, nawalan pa kayo ng kaibigan. Di ba? Tsaka, again, di ba, medyo lihis tayong konti, pero iwasan nyo yan mga MLM na ano na yan, hindi yan maganda, okay? Hindi yan maganda, yan sustainable the business model. Hindi siya nakakatuwa. Di ba?
I've before talagang hindi siya.
What's up, Coach Giovanni Bualan? Coach. Di ba? Saan yung parang event? May nakita akong event na may cage parang may kickboxing may MMA, kahit sila Red Romero, parang nakita ko. Saan yun? Hindi ko nakita yun
Nitong weekend yata ngayon.
nitong weekend yun Yan, paano i-report ang mga nagre-report? Ayan, kailangan natin ng kaibigan sa Meta. Ayan.
Hindi ko sure kung yun yung sa Phil Kamao nung weekend Meron akong nakitang kickboxing event.
Oo.
Phil Kamao
Chucky Ortiz, tsaka si Jack Ferrer, okay.
Hey,
what's up, Elorde Sandigon of KSK? So, Combat Sports Kalayaan will have an event October 29, Halloween boxing event. So make sure na i-follow
Costume.
nyo. May costume daw yung mga daw. So tingnan natin, wag nating antabayanan natin kung ano yung announcement pa ni KSK. So Combat Sports Kalayaan is that really nice facility, training facility. So they have boxing, Muay Thai, they have jiu-jitsu. So it's a very nice facility in the heart of Poblacion. So KSK, go check out the gym. October 29, merong event. October 28, Omega Boxing. I hope I don't get in trouble for this, pero may boxing event si Omega Boxing Promotion. So October 28 yan. So abangan nyo po yung mga announcements sa pages ni IPI, Omega Boxing Gym, Omega Boxing Promotions, dyan kay Diego Bandido, kay Doc Julius, kay Doc J. October is gonna be a very busy month for combat sports. Tapos October 21, URCC Slap Fest, all slap battle na event that's gonna happen at DD Nightclub. Ayan, Coach Florence Eusebio, ating ka-RO4, nandito.
Yes.
Gerald Galange, isang magandang gabi sa iyo.
Ating kasama sa IFMAO, si Rufflo at marami pang iba.
Ayan, oo. Yan, pag-usapan din natin si IFMAO mamaya. Ayan, may guest po kami today. Ayan. Ano to sinasabi ni Tito Pocholo? Si Tito Pocholo, nasa UAE, matapang. Nasa Pilipinas, matapang pa din. Yung hindi fighter ba, hindi pwede mag-coach at yung fighter na mababa ang IQ at wala edukasyon. Ano mas better? Nako, mahirap yan. Pag-isipan natin mamaya yan. Kimbert Alentoson. What's up, Kimbert?
Lalaro siya sa di ba? Sa November sa
TNT?
TNT, yes.
TNT ba? Yan. Ay, gusto ko yan. Kickboxing, Kimbert Alentoson. Solid yun.
K1 rules.
What's up, Coach John Sandoval of I always mess up his page. It's kasi it's a Web3 community, Web3 developer. Palagay nga Jones para Ralph Ramos of Roll PH, another successful event. Nagpa-event din to nung weekend.
On Saturday.
Congratulations. Wala pa. Kakasimula pa lang natin.
First of many daw yun eh.
Ano na?
First of many events ang na mangyayari.
Okay.
I invite hopefully sa susunod doon na basement brawl nila.
Oo, minsan puntahan natin yun. Nagkataon lang din kasi may ginagawa ko nung araw na yun eh. Sa One Fitness Training Studio po, bakbakan ng mga mandirigma part 2. Okay. San yun? San yung One Fitness Training Studio? San yun? Bago na naman
Parang matagal na ito pero hindi.
Yan, habang chinecheck nyo, of course, John Yambao of PH Boxing Corner. Everybody, all credible, okay, boxing news. Yan po ang ating sinasandalan. PH Boxing Corner. PH Boxing Corner on Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok. Meron ding YouTube channel. Yan po mga kaibigan natin sa boxing community. Si PH Boxing Corner. Make sure you follow the page. Si Real Fight PH and si Baby Dynamite Sports. Ayan. Mamaya siguro pag hindi busy si Jan, tignan natin kung pwede natin paakyatin. Kasi tapusin lang natin yung meron tayo, may input din yan pagka tignan natin mamaya. wag sana may taga-combat sports na nadamay sa Excel gate. Ang daming babagsak, promise. Hindi kasi naman, when you talk about scammers, okay, so detour tayo. This is business, okay? When you talk about scammers kasi, scammers will always play on your emotions. Scammers will always play on your greed. Diba? Yung mga gusto nyo yumaman kagad, gusto nyo magkapera kagad, pero mabilis kasi ganun yung mundo natin ngayon. Gusto mabilis, gusto kaagad-agad. Diba? So yan ang gusto nila. So that's what they're gonna play on you. So dahil doon, sasabihin nila ngayon, pasok ka kagad. Di ba? Parang kahit yung mga MLM dati, di ba ganyan? Pasok ka kagad habang maaga, habang labas kang pera, balik ka kagad. Di ba? Tricycle driver, may naka-Ferrari na ngayon. I'm like, wow. Di ba? So iwasan niyo yung mga ganyan. Yung mga, basta too good to be true, masyadong mataas ang rate of return, ano na agad yan. Shout out kay K1 Rebirth. For K1 Rebirth, K1 Rebirth 2 is coming. Hiromi Wajima, the 70 kilogram K1 champ versus Wulian Feng of Wunlin Feng champ. Itong Wulin Feng, nag-Wulin Feng din dito sa Pilipinas before, like a couple of years ago. Toma Kuroda versus Issei Ishii rematch and Hasan Toy versus Shintaro Matsukara courtesy of Harvey Ilianan. Yan. Ayan, ito na. Make sure you follow this page din sa Facebook. Okay? FGT Community. Okay? FGT Community. Yan. What's up, Jaguar, Berdogo? Everybody, if you're on Facebook, you can send us stars. Support the channel. Okay? Support our channel. Channel natin to. Lahat ng natututunan namin ni JC, lahat ng kino-cover namin, kinukwento namin sa inyo para if you miss out on anything at meron kaming natutunan doon, i-share namin kaagad sa inyo. Balikan. Kasi kailangan ang information sinishare. Kailangan yung mga tamang information sinishare. So, yan ang aming advocacy. So, support the channel on Facebook. You can send stars on YouTube. You can send super chats and super thanks. A more direct way is the GCash number that can be found in the description. Nasa description po yung GCash number. You can send your support there. Yan. Alam ko, sino ba mga nandito sa... Ito, sumagot na si Gerald Galange. Ano yung Pasñas? Las Piñas. Nag-main event po tayo doon, nakachamba. Hindi chamba yan. Magaling ka naman, Gerald eh. Basta di ba? Very good. Round 2. Okay, round 2. Second round, RNC win. Las Piñas. Punyetang One Fitness Team. Nagpa-event, di nyo niyaya. Kaya tayo mga taga-South, nagsusuportahan tayo. Pag may event dito, pinupuntahan ko lagi. Basta South, invitahin nyo ako. Hindi, Linggo. Ano ba? May ginawa ba on Sunday? Parang, hindi, may IFMAW. May IFMAW pa na Sunday.
May IFMAW na Sunday. Sobrang pang-aga.
Diba? Jeff Selberser, magandang gabi. Si Jeff Selberser. Then, who is this? Ito, ayan, Carlo Ramirez, madami scammers sa Pilipinas kasi ganun kamunggong utak ng mga Pinoy para hindi mag-gets yung mga scam na naglipana. Hindi, ano rin kasi, syempre, yung mga ganyan, tinatarget din nila talaga mga taong, yan, yung mga kapit sa patalim, mga gustong yumaman kagad. Basta, it's an emotional play talaga. Jeff Selberser is from Tough Guys Mandaluyong. Ano to? Team Bulldogs Boxing and MMA from Jaguar Berdogo. Okay ba? Bullbugs pala, sorry. Lumaban na si UR to. Tsaka sa boxing, nakita ko na to. Team Bullbugs Boxing. May na-cover na akong ano. Ayan, sabi ni Coach Jones, ito yung Facebook page, okay? Fijiverse or 5Gverse? Which one's like? Fijiverse. Yan, Fijiverse na lang.
Ayan, pag-usapan
grabe pala ba? John Jones' history with USADA leaving the UFC is gold. DC be like is gonna react. You think I'm gonna let you rewrite history, John? Okay, when you talk about the USADA leaving the UFC, pwedeng finish contract, tapos hanap na ng ibang provider. They have Jeff Nowitzki with them, di ba? They have Jeff Nowitzki with them. Jeff Nowitzki used to handle USADA, so alam niya na kung ano ang procedures doon, di ba? So they can just outsource or they can just get another provider. Feeling ko talaga hinanapan lang nila ng drama yung yung Conor thing, di ba? Tapos parang sila sabi they did something douchey to Conor, they did something very douchey, di ba? Pero para sa akin kasi it's just added drama pero feeling ko talaga tapos na yung kontrata nila. Okay? Tapos na yung kontrata nila, tapos gawa natin ng drama para maganda yung exit. Good for USADA, good for the UFC, di ba? Maganda yung pag-usapan ng tao, then it's an opportunity. May bagong ingay, good opportunity para sumausaw ngayon sila John Jones, di ba? Ikaw, JC, anong angle nakikita mo dito sa pag-alis ni USADA?
Yung nung nakita ko yung rumor, sabi ko, ano kaya meron? Hindi ko pa nakita na binabanggit nila yung Conor McGregor. Sabi ko, sino nga ba yung mga naka-enroll sa USADA testing pool ngayong year
Mm.
na may upcoming fights. So tiningnan ko yung mga upcoming fights. Si McGregor actually 2 years na siyang wala doon sa pool. Even after na-announce yung laban niya dapat with Chandler, wala pa rin siya sa testing pool. Required at least 6 months bago ka and 2 times within 6 months na matest ka. Wala. So doon siguro nila nakuha yung part ng drama, pero hindi rin naman actually mawawala ang testing sa UFC kasi meron Drug-Free Sport International na papalit by January 1, 2024. So hindi natin alam kung gaano ka strict ito o kung gaano ka lenient, pero kumbaga hindi pa rin makakapagsaya yung mga nagpaplano na gumamit ng mga PEDs kasi meron bagong testing company kaagad. Na-announce naman agad na sila. So, no.
Diba? So ano lang din yan. Diba? So may papalit yan. Imposibleng wala. Pero, ang problema kasi, si USADA, maganda yung, ang dami nilang hinuli, ang dami nilang hinasel. So ngayon, it's sending this message sa mga tao na, okay, wala nang USADA, everyone's gonna go saucy. Diba? Kaya, ika nga ni Jermaine De Santos, secret juice. Diba? Secret juice sauce. It also validates John Jones's picogram story. Yung picograms naman, sobrang liit nun eh. Sobrang liit. I don't get it. Ako ayoko lang talaga is they were knocking on people's doors. Yung kwento na they were knocking on people's doors na early morning, madaling araw, tapos fight week. Pagod na, dehydrated na yung tao, tapos bigla kang bigla kang gagawin sa iyo, di ba?
Kay Chase Hooper, yung kiniloloko nila na anak daw ni Ben Askren kunyari, yung kulot. Nito lang, kakakatok lang sa kanya ng USADA for his 23rd time na matest ng USADA in his 7-fight career in the UFC ng 7 a.m. daw. 7 a.m.
diba?
May testing.
Paano tapos, diba? The secret juice is back, Paulo Costa. Tapos ito si Paulo Costa, ang ganda ni. Costa versus Shimov ni. Buisit ka, nag-ano ka pa, nagka-staff ka pa, anak ng weteg naman. Maligo ka kasi, after training, maligo ka kagad. Ang ganda ni. Ang ganda na nung card eh. Diba?
Medyo na ganda din naman kahit papano yung pinalit sa kanya. Kasi, I mean, Kamaru Usman versus
Khamzat Shamov tuloy, di ba? Pero kasi ako, ano to eh, di ba, JC?
Paulo Costa eh.
Tsaka ito yun eh. Ito yung, balikan nyo yung mga 10-15 episodes before. In-announce ni JC to, paano pag Costa versus Shamov? Basta mga 10 episodes ago. Basta.
Pero medyo nagduda na ako kasi sabi ko, parang walang trash talking. Di ba?
Di ba nag-ano sila, nagmumurahan sila sa Twitter?
Pero kulang. I mean,
kulang, wala. Wala, hindi na tuloy yung laban eh, di ba?
Costa na laban, di ba? Grabe mang troll si Costa eh. As in talagang pati ikaw, kahit di ka naman affected, may inis ka rin minsan.
Di ba? Sa pero Pinas, police ang nanguhuli, iba gamit eh.
Unfortunately.
Coach Lester Del Rosario, huge shout out. What's up to everybody there at Deftak Marikina? Si Deftak Marikina, sobrang solid ng gym na to. Saya-saya ng vibe sa gym na yan eh. Sino nga ba to? Oo, may nabalitaan ako ito. UFC fighter, binunutan ng baril yung USADA. Hindi si Jeremy Stephens yun eh. Si Jeremy Stephens ba yun? O yung isa, yung Hunter. Yung malaki rin katawan niya. Stocky guy din. Parang he was preparing for to go hunting. So, biglang kumakatok yung USADA sa kanya tapos parang nag-aayos siya ng baril niya nun. This is true. Ito sobrang daming reklamo sa USADA nito, okay? They had so many there's so many times that they had to either get urine samples or blood samples from fighters during fight week while they were cutting weight. Puta yun yung bad trip dun. That's just wrong on so many levels. Hindi lang dahil sa corner incident to, pero yun nga, it's bad kasi kawawa yung mga fighters.
medyo hindi ko gets yung sistema kung bakit ganun. Kung bakit alanganin na oras tsaka sila magta-try mag-check.
Hindi, wala. Iniisip lang siguro nila when you least expect it. But surprise! Di ba? Gagano sila. Oh, surprise! Ito, si Tim Kennedy. Thank you so much, Comics Man. Tim Kennedy, si Tim Kennedy. Oh, yan. Di ba? Tapos hindi rin naman conclusive lahat. You can tawag dito, pwede mo namang parang dito sa Pilipinas, di ba? Si Justin Brownlee, di ba? Parang kay Justin Brownlee tested positive for THC. Tapos it was pero feeling ko talaga yung wording kailangan palitan eh. Kasi when you talk about doping, that's performance enhancing. Hindi naman performance enhancer ang THC. Tapos meron din ako ibang articles na nakita or na gano'n na may mga sports officials na mga former sports officials sinabi na kung nag-apply kagad sila nung for therapeutic excuse or therapeutic exemption, medical exemption, hindi maano 'yon.
Kasi
hindi siya I mean less hassle kumbaga, hindi siya magiging issue.
Alam na pero hindi ang weirdo dito. Pinag-uusapan na lang din natin 'yan for the same thing. Isa sa mga players ng Jordan, what do they have in common? They're the gold and silver medalists.
Di ba? So, di ba? Parang, hindi natin pwedeng i-deny yun eh. Hindi natin pwedeng i-deny na may angle na gano'n, na gold ang Pilipinas after 60 years. Na gold ang Pilipinas, okay, sige, di ba? Wow, how confident, how coincidental, di ba? What a coincidence. Huy, nag-gold. Ayaw namin sa inyo. Sige, mag-random drug testing tayo. Silver. Ay, silver. Hindi pala China nag-silver. O sige, tara. Random nyo rin yan. And
si Brownlee kasi, he has been nursing an injury for few months eh. Na siguro, yun yung, kung wala siya sa Pinas, habang nagre-recover siya, yung doktor niya kung nasan man siya ang ni-recommend sa kanya para dun sa pag-relieve
ng pain, for recovery. Yan, ano yan?
May THC content.
Tsaka sa ibang bansa, legal kasi siya. When you go to Thailand, it's legal. When you go to the United States, it's legal.
Kaya nga tanong, paano yung Thailand national team?
Diba? Legal yun.
Bakit may sila no flag?
Diba? Walang random doon. Walang ni-random doon. Pero diba, how convenient kasi, diba? How convenient. Pero yun nga rin, so sabihin na natin, so again, THC, CBD, they're not performance enhancing. They're mainly used for recovery, to help you sleep better. Hindi ka mamamatay doon. Okay? Hindi ka mamamatay doon. Tsaka hindi siya mag-enhance ng performance mo. Okay? This is a very good question from Coach Carlos Castañeda. Catman, gusto ko ring malaman yan. Parang feeling ko, wala.
Yeah. Pero ang i-claim kasi nila, natural, walang halong chemical daw sila eh. Wala rin
natural, walang halong chemical. Yan.
So yun. Ikaw naman.
Hey, what's up, Selectable? Good evening.
Tingnan mo yung sinabi ni Selectable.
Ayun nga, ang haba You guys are better than Ernie and Bert. Grabe naman. Wag naman Ernie and Bert. Classic Sesame Street yun eh. SpongeBob and Patrick, Buzz and Woody, Buzz Lightyear, Woody, Rick and Morty, Batman. Ang haba, dami. Marami. Wag rin naman MJ and Pippin. Grabe naman yun, duo na yun. Iba yun. Sasha Grey and a vibrator.
Wag naman.
Pero si Sasha Grey kasi, mas marami siyang gangbang videos di ba?
Pero she's gone straight noon.
Di ba? Herbal meds. Ayan, totoo. Di ba? You have to go organic, di ba? Don't panic, it's organic. Gab Ferreras, what's up? Teka lang, si Gab Ferreras PH. Basta may sports page ka rin di ba? May sports page si Gab
Mas Sports Corner PH Reloaded.
Oh, yan. Okay.
Yung siya na nga lang nagta-type ng mga info niyan, ninanakaw pa ng ibang mga page para i-repost tapos hindi siya kinikredit. Wala naman nakawan ng grabe copywriting na lang nanakawin pa. Hindi po kayo dali naman magbigay ng credit. Yung mga mga post papanggitin ko kayo. FC Coach Franco. Si John Che Baltazar, he's a very good graphic artist. He does posters for combat, di ba? May mga gawa siya recently na pinagkukuha ng ibang mga artists na wala man lang credit to him. Tapos, nung minessage niya, binlock na or hindi siya pinansin.
Diba, yung mga ganyan, kita mo sa amin yung mga nagme-message sa amin, papaalam, sasabihin namin, go, sige, kunin nyo, i-clip nyo, share nyo, basta mention mo lang kami, sabihin nyo lang. Kasi kami, hindi kami madamot eh. Diba?
Madalang magpaalam, sus naman.
Oo. Ayan, 2 Filipinos will fight in Dubai K1 sa October 29. Si Clay Dyke Ludasan and Godwin Lusadan. Ano ba? Lusadan? Ludasan? Baka nagkamali lang. Pero feeling ko Lusadan to.
Baka magkahawig ng ano.
Oy, may tanong si Selectable. Where can I cop that Mariano Jones t-shirt?
It's a URCC.
It's a URCC event shirt eh.
84 shirt. Ano to eh? Very limited edition eh.
Kasi per event lang yan. Pag tapos na yung event, wala na reproduction. Pag nandito ka, di ba Selectable sa Amerika ka? Pag nandito ka, bigay ko sa akin. Tara may souvenir ka.
Magre-release siya na ganito, no?
Diba? And of course, teka lang huge shout out, congratulations, Ground and Pound Boxing Promotion.
Yes.
Hey, Ground and Pound Boxing Promotion. Follow them on Facebook. Nakita ko na ang Facebook page. Nagulat ako, nag-pop up siya sa akin. Sabi ko, hoy, may Ground and Pound Boxing Promotion na. Yay! Ground and Pound Promotions, okay? Ground and Pound Promotions. So, nakakatuwa na marami ng... so, yan, another boost yan para sa boxing community,
May sinasabi si El Scorpio perfecto. Hindi
I wonder what Viva Max... I wonder what Viva Maxine can you make with the basis of combat? Sino pwede mag-parody? Ay nako, baka maya-maya sabihin nila podcasters or para broadcasting, mga sports broadcasting, tapos biglang may in love sa kung sinong may in love sa caller o kaya diba, they'll find a way to do that.
Mahirap.
Ayan, sabi ni John Che Baltazar, sa kanila para ma-design yung mga fight posters nila. So, yung mga promotions, okay? Promotions, lahat ng combat sports promotions, kailangan nyo ng fight posters, kailangan nyo ng collaterals, okay? Message nyo si John Che Baltazar, okay? John Che Baltazar on Facebook para magpagawa kayo ng fight poster sa kanya kasi graphic artist to. Okay? Bayaran nyo rin siya. Okay? Maya-maya, punyeta kayo, hindi nyo bayaran. Ayan. So, again, congratulations, Ground and Pound Promotions. Tapos, over the weekend, nagkaroon ng RVCA, Ruka Nogi Invitational. That was organized by Atos Philippines. Congratulations kay Professor G&D, kay Professor Carlo Peña, and other organizers of that event. It happened sa headquarters ni Atos sa Gatorade Hoop Center. It was a really good event, all Nogi. Para sa akin, match of the day, Denise Zamboanga versus Aitana. Nakalimutan ko pero alam mo yun, bukod sa napakaganda ng blast double leg ni Denise Zamboanga.
Kita ko yung video.
Grabe yun. Pero kasi si Aitana, grabe rin si Aitana. Napakagaling ng babaeng yun. Okay, ang lakas, ang galing, ang technical, ang ganda ng judo. Aitana from Checkmat Baguio. And she's dominated the female blue belt scene. So it was a really, really good matchup. Kaya nung nakita ko sila yung naglaban, tamad ako mag-video. Dinabas ko talaga yung camera ko. So I'll post the video on my Facebook page. So Coach Franco Rulloda, ipopost ko yan bukas, i-upload ko para mapanood at ma-appreciate nyo. Grabe, ang ganda ng laban nila. Okay? That was so it was participated by several teams. It was won by Combat Sports Kalayaan. So congratulations to the KSK team. Sino ba yung mga nandun? Si Godwin, nakita ko doon si Godwin. Tapos si Brandon was there. They were coached by Coach Romeo Arellano. So magandang mix nung lineup nila. Tsaka syempre, you can't go wrong with Coach Romeo Arellano. He's been competing for a very, very long time. The strategies were good. Kasi kahit nasabihin mo maganda yung combinations na kung walang proper guidance or walang nagko-coach, walang nagko-corner, Godwin was there as well. Denise Zamboanga, yan. Team KSK yan. So, congratulations to Team KSK for winning the whole thing. Ang ganda. Maganda yung vibe, maganda yung atmosphere. The matches were really, really good. So, teka nga, hanapin ko nga, ano bang pangalan ni Aitana? Aitana lang kasi yung alam ko eh. Sabi ko naman sa inyo, di talaga ako magaling sa pangalan. Pangalan nga ng estudyante ko, di ko alam eh. O yan, teka nga. Tignan nyo nga kung anong pangalan ni Aitana. Tignan natin para makilala ng mga tao. Kaka-mention ko lang. Nandito pala eh. Coach Romero Arellano. Yun, grabe talaga yung match dyan. That was a really, really good match. And of course, syempre, yan, si Coach Ed Almeda, unofficial. So yung nag-live yan si Coach Ed Almeda during the entire event. Tsaka yung broadcast niya, as close as it gets. As close as it gets. Kasi nalapit niya talaga. Nandun na siya sa loob ng mat area eh. Ang galing eh. Hindi nga siya sinisita eh. Asan na yun? Hanap tayo. Hanapin nga natin. Asan na yun? Para ano? Asan yung ano? Teka nga, sino ba yung kalaban ni... Anong pangalan nun? Lagyan nyo nga, pangalan ng kalaban ni Denise Zamboanga. Yung napakagandang lang. Para rin pala pag ginawa ko yung video description, tama yung pangalan na... Tama yung pangalan na may ilagay ko. Baka may mali yung pangalan na may ilagay ko. Okay. Okay, from Jeffrey Subla. Abangan nyo po laban ko ngayong December. Kalaban ko si Boy Bagsik. Main event po kami. Ayan, saang event to? Jeffrey Subla. Ay, alam ko to. Nasa IMDb to. IMDb to ng BJJ Woman on Top. LC learns the martial art and combat sports Brazilian to learn to defend herself, but she soon realizes that BJJ moves can be used in passionate lovemaking. Nakita ko to sa Google.
That's exactly what Jiu-Jitsu is.
That is Jiu-Jitsu at its finest. Oo, matagal lang in-announce to from Earl. 2028 LA Olympics, walang boxing. Or yung world governing body kasi ni boxing, wala eh. So, ang last na is 2024. Parang nagka-problema sila with AIBA or...
AIBA, ay sabi ng International Olympic Committee, if yung supposed corruption within boxing is not straightened out before mabigay yung hosting nung 2028 Olympics, tatanggalin yung boxing doon. Kaso hindi pa rin naayos.
Diba?
Nire-retain for next year pero after that wala na unless maayos yun. So unless somebody else ang mag-manage ng international boxing, yung AIBA or kung ano man yung body na nag-handle niyan, sorry, walang boxing sa Olympics na.
Oo, yan yung ano nila eh. Yan yung naging, pero I mean, everybody knows that boxing is a dirty sport, pero I don't understand. Feeling ko may something dyan, may kwento dyan na hindi natin alam.
Ayun, si Aitana Caranto.
Aitana Caranto. Kita mo, galing talaga ni JC. Ano spelling? A-Y-T-A?
T-H-A-N-A, Caranto. C-A.
Aitana. Ayun, Caranto. Ayun, Aitana Caranto. Ayan
Nagpapahanap.
Okay yan. Aitana Caranto. Butang galing yan. Panoorin yan. Ang husay niyan. Tapos naglaban sila. Nagulat na lang ako Parang sabi ko, teka, si Aitana yun Tapos nakita ko, si Denise Zamboanga yun Teka lang.
Grabe yung
Di ba? Sabi ko, buti na lang. Tapos ang ganda ng exchange. Ang ganda ng Di ba? Ayan, let's hop on to this one. Logan Paul versus Dylan Dennis. They fought over the weekend. Wala two expensive clowns. Two expensive, highly paid clowns who went at it. Boxing, you can't take... Ako medyo naisip ko lang kasi si Logan Paul, he's been training a lot. I don't understand ang pangit ng boxing. Dylan Dennis, you'd expect na medyo sloppy yung movement, sloppy yung boxing, 'di ba? Pero wala And it was so obvious that Logan Paul was the bigger guy. He was taller, he was more muscular. He wasn't able to do any type of serious damage kay Dylan Dennis. So, how do you see it now, JC? Mahina ba si Logan Paul or matibay lang din talaga si Dylan Dennis?
hindi talaga ang back ni Logan Paul yun na yun. Kasi I actually appreciate yung pro wrestling skills ni Logan Paul more than his boxing. It's way better than his boxing. Let's put it that way.
Diba?
It's wrestling ni Logan Paul, ito yung boxing niya. Alam niyo na.
Diba? Tsaka ito naman we shouldn't be expecting anything from these two. Kasi, this is for entertainment. So, doon natin makikita yung power of attention. They were both, and ito both are crypto scammers. Okay, marami na-scam sa crypto world yan si Dylan Dennis. Marami ring na-scam sa crypto zoo si Logan Paul. Diba? And nakakatawa na during some roundtable discussion, they were calling each other a scammer when both of them were scammers, and it's very surprising na doon mo talaga makikita yung power of attention. Pag alam mo kahit na walang yakan tao, pagka may fan base ka, di ba? Ang daming nanood Unfortunately, talo si Salt Papi. Yeah, I think for me that was a bigger story. The winning streak is gone. Diba? It was a really good, it was a really good matchup.
2-fight losing streak na si Salt Papi ngayon.
Oh.
Related yan doon sa isang pag-uusapan natin mamaya, but apparently, initially, one of his trainers was his brother. For this fight, his trainer was his dad yata.
Sino? Si Salt Papi?
Nakita ko yung videos, ang pad holder niya, tatay niya.
Ang problema kasi, ayan, pag-uusapan natin mamaya yan. Okay?
Related yan dun sa isang nangyaring laban no week.
Okay? Logan Paul is an extraordinary talent. Yes, very athletic. Sila magkapatid. The Paul brothers are very, very athletic. Piece of trash human being. That's also true. Pero they're really banking on the attention economy. And then they're arbitraging that one on whatever it is that they're doing, diba? Prime, whatever crypto project bullshit they're doing, diba? Their podcast, business-wise maganda sila as a brand, diba? Kasi they get a lot of, they're earning a lot from it. Pero up to, isipin mo na lang din, is this some sort of, what do you call this? Medyo desperation ploy to get more attention or to maintain that attention? Kasi pero mo para patulan mo si Dylan Dennis, di ba?
Oo nga.
Di ba?
Ano din they are content creators, influencers, and they are in an economy where the currency is attention. Ang lalim
Di ba? Tapos ito rin yun. ito, sabi ni Diego Bandido, this is Logan's desperate attempt to reclaim his masculinity. I 100% agree. Especially after all those tales, talks of his girl being, that is true. Tapos puta, pakakasalan niya pa. Diyos ko. Di ba? Shout out kay Justin Brownlee. Yeah, huge shout out to JBL. Di ba? Totoo, di ba? So, medyo, feeling ko ngayon, di ba? So, hindi nga natin alam kung scripted din yun eh. Yun yung problema when you're part of that world, di ba? You don't know which is real anymore. Di ba? It could be for content, it could be for clout, it could be real. Di ba?
Kasi naka-encounter na tayo ng gaya kung alin pa yung mga main card, yung mga main event, yung pre-scripted kaysa sa undercard.
Diba? So, hindi natin, tapos, ang pangit, di ba? So gusto mag-headlock went for a headlock tong si Dylan Danes, he slipped. Ginawa ngayon ni Logan Paul, sumuntok ng ground and pound. So, technically, siya yung mali dun. Di ba? Di ba? Kasi ang headlock, hindi naman, Dylan Danes didn't go for a choke. Di ba? And you can't really choke with boxing gloves. So, nag-headlock siya. Ang pwede lang gawin doon, paghihiwalayin sila ng referee. Nadulas siya, nag-second motion si Logan Paul, dapat siyang mape-penalize doon. Technically, dapat ma-penalize like 1 point, di ba? 1 point deduction or ano. Pero syempre, para may drama, ang mali, at ang umakyat pa doon, bodyguard ni Logan Paul. Di ba? So, so hindi ko alam, hindi ko na masyado nasubaybayan, pero ang nabalitaan ko, si Dylan Danis pa ang na-DQ. Diba? Weird eh. Diba? It's weird. It's very, very weird. Parang doon mo talaga wala. Talagang may something yan. Doon mo lang din talaga na they're all in. Wala, it's for entertainment lang din talaga. Entertainment. So,
yung meron pa dong isang medyo pwedeng highlight ng content na nangyari. I don't know if people noticed yung tag team boxing na ginawa nila na nauna sa Pilipinas ata ginawa yung tag team boxing na yun.
Team boxing?
2 versus 2 na boxing. Kasi hindi napansin kasi kilala ng marami si Salt Papi na ang tawag dito na nandun sa card na Pinoy. Pero isa pa, dun sa tag team boxing, si Alex Wasabi is actually a Phil-Am content creator. And kasama siya sa tag team boxing. Nangyari nga lang kasi dun sa lab nila is it ended in a draw. Hindi ko alam score yung tag team boxing na yun. I'm not sure exactly. Kasi parang may mga moments doon na bagsak na hindi pa nagsisimulang mabilangan pero nakapag-tag. So, nakapagpalit sila.
Okay. Puta, okay yun Tag team boxing.
Tag team boxing.
Sobrang epic fail ng guillotine nila. Di ba? It wasn't, di ba? It's di ba, for it was, if they had MMA gloves, kaya pa. Pero boxing gloves, mahirap talaga. So, it was probably a stunt. Medyo sablay. Di ba? Sablay na dulas. Ito naman si Logan Paul. Di ba? Logan Paul ba? Bobo. Di ba? Siya yung nag-instigate nun eh. Kaya nagtataka ako bakit si Dylan Danis ang na-DQ. Ang nag-second motion si Logan Paul at ang umakyat na bodyguard galing kay Logan Paul. So nagtataka ako bakit si Dylan weird eh.
Minsan iniisip ko din why are we still talking about these guys, pero wala eh. I mean, nasa combat sports naman talaga si Dylan Danis. Logan Paul, well, unfortunately, he was a content creator first, then tried his hand in boxing. Pero wala.
Tapos presko nandun si Gordon Ryan, di ba? So medyo yung handler ni Gordon Ryan medyo okay I gotta give it to yung manager or kung sino nag-handle ng PR affairs ni Gordon Ryan So sa jiu-jitsu and MMA community kilala si Gordon Ryan pero ngayon he's bridging that mainstream Di ba?
Maganda yung
To a
pasok.
more mainstream crowd. Maganda yung pasok niya eh. Ganda ng pasok niya eh. Gordon Ryan. Tapos pinagsalita pa siya. Binigyan siya ng airtime. So that will also be good for his brand. So yan ang yan ang
Hindi na ano doon, si KSI got defeated
lumaban ba si
by,
KSI?
yes, kalaban niya si Tommy Fury, yung kapatid ni ano,
Ni
yung
Tyson
pangalan ni
Fury.
Fury. Yes, yung
So he
tumalon,
lost?
yung Jake Paul.
Oh,
Tinalo
pero
niya rin.
panalo si Tommy Fury, di ba?
Panalo si Tommy
Oh,
Fury.
di ba?
Commercial
Kasi Tommy
win.
Fury medyo marunong naman si Tommy Fury eh, di ba? Tsaka
He's
di
not
ba?
as skilled as his brother, pero
Oo.
I mean, he's still a pro boxer. Yeah, andun pa rin yung lamang.
Di ba? Tapos ang ganda nung promo, ang ganda nung promo tsaka nung primer nung nung Ngannou versus Tyson Fury na laban. Parang nakita ko kasi may ad, sabi ko naku Francis Ngannou ad siguro to. So minsan siniskip ko. Pero pagtingin ko, uy, ito pala yung primer. Ito pala yung
Maganda yung pagkakagawa. I mean, alam mo yung nagbas talaga sila ng pera for that.
Oo, di ba? And, teka lang andito na ba ang ating totoo ba news na ba?
May guest na nga ba?
Teka lang Earl. Tignan natin to. Wala, unconfirmed pa to eh. Titignan muna natin kung may
I know where
mahirap pangunahan ng Mahirap pangunahan yan. Karl James Martin versus Johnriel Casimero. Depende na yan. Ano na?
Yan, it's not true. May nagpapaingay lang yan. Kasi nga, dahil sa performance ni Casimero dun sa laban niya. Sabi nung isang sports journalist, kahit daw si Karl James Martin, kayang talunin si Casimero kung gano'n ang galaw ni Casimero.
Naku, tignan natin yan. Pag-usapan natin mamaya yan. Okay? But first, okay, everybody, let's all welcome our guest for the evening. Okay, URCC GM Aleks Sofronov.
Hey, what's up, guys?
What's up, Alex? Good evening. Thank you for being on the show tonight, bro.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yeah, we can hear you.
All right, perfect.
Yeah, thank you so much for the time being here on the show, bro.
Thank you for invitation. I appreciate it.
Okay. First things first. There's going to be an all-slap battle. So URCC Slap Fest is happening on October 21st. So we did the press con at DD Nightclub. So make sure you get your tickets on URCC online. It's everything is there. You just go to the website, you get your access to the event, get your pay-per-view access as well. We are finalizing our may coupon code si Combat Sports Weekly dyan. So we're gonna put it in the comment section. So it's URCC _ Franco. So tignan natin yan mamaya. But first, we have a few questions. People who have questions about the URCC, everything about the URCC, MMA, combat sports to Aleks Sofronov. This is your chance. Put everything in the comment section. So going back, Alex, what was the idea behind creating an all-slap event for the URCC? And that will materialize, that will happen this Saturday, October 21st at DD Nightclub.
Well, we always had the slaps as a warm-up for URCC, like for the event as part of the content. And it was always one of the most viewed contents in the URCC page. We would always get like more like 7 digits and heated content and so on and so forth. So I was thinking if we can do a separate league under URCC umbrella to kind of give more awareness of the URCC brand, but totally separate to industry, I would say. Because it's really hard to say that slap is like a part of combat sports at this moment, because there is no roots, there is no history, there is no culture, there is no amateur slap, so it's a bit harder, but it is trendy. So we're trying to use that tool and leverage that for us.
And then, para po sa mga hindi pa nakakapansin and this is the brilliance behind the URCC as a brand. the URCC is able to diversify so far, and it's carrying out a lot of very good executions. Wherein URCC has MMA, it has an amateur component, and then it has the sports entertainment. I'd like to call it sports entertainment. I don't know what you guys, Alex, would like to call it, but sports entertainment. You have your vloggers, you have your content creators, and then you have
Mhm.
your slap. You have your slap fest or your slap battles here. How are you able to keep the balance in terms of, okay, we have to make sure that the URCC is still looked up as the premier league for MMA, for actual
Mhm.
combat sports, but at the same time finding that balance? Because for me, a lot of people are trying to, real talk lang tayo dito, a lot of people are trying to copy the URCC strategy, but so
Mhm.
far for me, I always say the URCC has been executing well. So without giving too much, how are
Mhm.
you able to strike that balance between providing entertainment to the audience, but at the same time still, giving quality fights, high level MMA events for the audience?
Well, there are two parameters in professional sports industry. So there's content, which is the sport itself, with the rules, with the Olympic system, with the championship belt, and so on and so forth, with technique and everything. And there is a marketing side, PR. So
Mhm.
when you take down just marketing, it's called now as a blogging or like doing something like for social media entertainment, right? Or acting and so on and so forth. But for the content, if you take just content, that's amateur sport. It's
Mm-hmm.
pretty much the same thing, but without pay. That's the only difference between professional sport and the amateur is that you get paid actually for your for talent fee to perform, right? So for the and when you enter the industry such as a professional sport, you have two segments. So one segment is the when you have like a hardcore fans who
Mm-hmm.
love sport of like combat sport or I don't know chess whatever like swimming. They're particular fans of the specific sport. And the other hand, you have like a vlogging side, and
Mhm.
people they don't really associate themselves with the sport, but they like the entertainment side, such as like for example for UFC, it will come with Conor McGregor being Irish and position himself as an Irish person coming straight up from Ireland, fighting in UFC, becoming world champion, and so on and so forth. So it's like two different, like it's not too different. It can be in the same pool. It's like basically this is the segment of the sport fans, and this is segment of marketing side, like the contents, the PR side. They can be pretty much the same, but it still gives you that inclusion. So
Mhm.
what we're trying to base is here in the Philippines, the fan base of the sport of MMA or combat sport is very, very specific, very small. So what we're trying to do is get that PR side and bring it up. How can you like? What are the options that we have right now? Is to bring the star, right, or raise the star, like with the
Mm-hmm.
storytelling, with the fights, focusing the specific person. When you bring the a fighter with credibility and rating already, who can sell, there is a risk of financial obligation because they cost a lot, right?
Mhm.
And the second option is like when you build up the star, what are the risks that he's gonna leave you? You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's true. That's true. That's
Yeah,
true.
yeah, he's gonna build up himself in the URCC and sign up with UFC or one championship. I mean, I understand from the fighter perspective. I'm not gonna stick with the local community if I can have a bigger fights or a bigger exposure
Mm-hmm.
because I need to build up my portfolio. So that's a risk. And third one is to create more content
Mhm.
with similar or cheaper price to lower down the overhead and expose yourself to the audiences.
Mm-hmm.
So in this regard, I say third option is like the safest option. So that's where we're striving. So we're trying to promote more combat sports related content. I know we kind of moved away from the traditional side, which may piss off like some of the traditional fighters or traditional fans. Say, what's happening with URCC? Why all of a sudden we have some like a slap guys who have no connection with like wrestling or any combat sports, right? And now they're using the URCC umbrella to get get exposure. It's not that they're using and like we are promoting them. It's they are promoting mixed martial arts. They are promoting the URCC brand. So that's what we're trying to do. And one of the videos actually related to Boy Tattoo got like 25 million views. Can you imagine there's like 100 million Filipinos in the Philippines, right? In the country. 25% actually viewed and saw the content. So it shows that it's a good tool for us to kind of explore and see how it is. But at the same time, seeing all this, like what's happening in the interview and stuff like this, it's like I have two perspectives also. First, of course, it's a fighter.
Yeah.
Like, come on, guys. Come on.
Yeah.
Because I know how expensive it is to say something like this.
Yeah.
Like how much damage you can receive, and how much force you'll have to deal with. Well, for example, if something like this happens, there's a conflict, right? I'm thinking, can I handle it? Can I handle the conflict? Of course I can handle, but the problem is, can you handle the circumstances, right? Because you're fighting in not professional zone. You're fighting with just a normal guy who probably doesn't have the experience in fighting. So you may damage him severely. You may affect, his life, his way of life. He has parents. So and there's legal obligations that they have to deal with, and it's like too messy. But these guys, they're so raw because they don't have that like obligations. Right? They were never like a fought in a. They have never been exposed to that kind of life, so they can clearly speak, saying stuff, and it's very entertaining. It's fun. So I think that in that way, it's from a business perspective, I think this is very good. But from the fighter's perspective, and I think, man, maybe we should call it different. Maybe we should have to take down like you and say, hey, this is something new, go for it and play with it. Yeah. So it's kind of a little bit conflicting right now.
So,
But in the future, I don't know if we're gonna stick with like URC will be like running the slaps. Maybe it will be separately, maybe in the future. But for now, we just need to get as much exposure as possible. Why? Is to show people that there is a community of fighters. There is if you want to join the fights, if you want to do something, there is something that we have here on ground, in the Philippines. That it's not only UFC in one championship. There is, our local, Filipino base, and we can slowly get more exposure. But it actually works because now we get probably 15% of the chance that we get and the inquiries in the website, email, phone calls, WhatsApp, and the Facebook is related to the fights itself. So the people reach out to us to become the fighter.
Yeah.
So it actually works.
Yeah, and then, though the way I saw it was initially what the URCC did was there were some vloggers that you guys had fight in MMA and then in bare knuckle boxing. Now I guess the better platform for them to do their stuff is in slap battle. And I mean,
Correct. But the thing is, people don't wanna be slapped. It's really hard to get someone. It's really hard. It's not that easy. It's really not.
It's not.
Easy.
It hurts.
Yeah.
It hurts,
like,
man.
You cannot get somebody who is, for example, a vlogger, traditional vlogger, to be slapped. He would rather fight, to protect himself and stuff, than actually get slapped. You have to stand there with your chin open and pray to God that you're not gonna get knocked out tonight. But so it's a bit tricky. So it's in the content, it's a bit. We need to still find the proper content who can fight, but because the content itself is very, very trendy, it's easy. So we can get anyone from the street basically who can fight or who can slap and just put them there. So it works so far, but I think in the future it's best to get somebody who is more known or who is more related to sports to kind of explore. But nobody wants to do it. I would never in my life, sign up for any amount to get slapped in the face in front of the people, and it's gonna get recorded and published it, in all social media accounts. Nah.
Then they see the slow-mo. I love the slow-mos. URCC's been doing like a really
Yeah.
good. So they go really fast and then they do the slow mo upon impact. You better watch the videos on
Yeah.
URCC's Facebook and YouTube channels. Also on Instagram, they make really good highlight videos. JC and I were like, "How the hell do they do this?" Now
Yeah, we
and
need to
then
get the bigger cameras to get capture all the moments.
yeah, capture how the hands land flat on the. JC probably knows more. He's the techie guy here. So like how it really smacks on the skin.
Yeah,
I think it would be interesting to have like instant replays for the slaps live.
yeah.
Yeah,
That will
instant replays for the slaps. That would be
That's what
good.
we want. Yeah, that's what we're planning to do. But for this, we need to have a little bit more, like investments to
Yeah.
get the content better, in terms of cameras, like programming, production, and so on and so forth.
Mhm.
But in the future, I think maybe next year, what we will be doing is not to focus on the physical on-site events that much, but to get like online based,
Mhm.
and we will have the quarterly on-site events instead of
Okay.
doing the shows every month. Yeah.
Now we get this question a lot. I'm pretty sure that the URCC's page or the URCC's inbox is flooded with these types of message. I get this on my inbox as well. JC receives a ton of messages as well. They always are a lot of people are asking how to get into the URCC. So for example, so let's answer that question now. We have the URCC's GM at helm.
Mhm.
What are you guys looking for when it comes to signing up URCC MMA fighters? So let's go with
Mhm.
MMA first, then let's dive into bare knuckle boxing and probably slappers later on. But for
Mhm.
as someone who knows how to look what to look for in a fighter that's
Mhm.
qualified for the URCC, what are you looking for in a fighter? What are the credentials? What do they have to do? What do they have to be in order to get signed by the URCC?
Well, if it's a straight up 0-0 fighter,
Mm-hmm.
we can sign him, but he still has to have at least five fights,
Mm.
Amateur
five
fights,
recorded
at least
official
good
amateur
amateur
fights. Yeah.
ratio. Okay.
So basically, we can sign if he's good enough. We can sign him at 0-0 as amateur. So he's going and he gets the records in the URCC.
Mm-hmm.
Then we sign him as already like a proper professional fighter. So
Mm-hmm.
you sign as an amateur, you get your record and go as a professional later on. And
Mm-hmm.
under URCC, we have like a PMAF. So you basically sign with URCC, but you fight under the PMAF, and then you go for URCC. If you have a professional record, you go just straight to us, sign the contract, and we're good to go. There's no
Mm-hmm.
problem. Yeah.
So any type
Uh,
of like for example, professional fight, he's got do they have to send in a demo reel? Do they have to send you guys a link of their previous fights? Do you guys consider which leagues have they fought before? So, I
that's the
mean,
problem,
are these
like
factors?
of course. If you want to participate in the show itself, of course, you have to go through, the process of due diligence. You have to go through KYC, like get some fights. We have to check the fights. We have to check the social media if the person is relevant, where he's based, what's does he have a fan base, and so on and so forth. But personally, our vision is that everyone can fight. I don't
Mhm.
think we should put any additional pressure to the fighter if he wants to fight. So if somebody wants to fight in the future, what's going to happen is all you need to do is just download the app, register, and that's it. You're good to go. So that should be like that. So if you're a fighter, you want to fight, you just register, bomb, and you can select your own fights. Like okay, I
Mhm.
want to fight with this. You send the request to this person, and you can see if he is accepted or not, and that's it. You fight it, and you can put the date.
Wow. Wow. Where do they do this again? Is it on the website or
No, no, no. That's the plan of the URCC.
Oh wow.
okay, okay. That's
So basically,
that's
yeah,
a good plan.
yeah. So because it's just so like the problem with the UFC and ONE FC is that they're exclusive promotions,
Mhm.
which means right there is still doubts that the person who is claimed to be a world champion objectively is not a world champion
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
because he's the world champion within the promotion, right?
Mhm.
But what
Yes.
if there's inclusive? Everyone can sign.
Mm.
Everyone, and all you need to do is just basically you sign and fight. That's it. As long as it's in a proper facility, under like a regulated venue and recorded, you're good to go. So that's what we're planning to do. And then basically, if you want to, everyone wants to fight. We're all guys just grappling, wrestling, fighting, boxing. You just sign up and just send the. If you have a beef, can you imagine? You just send the request. Let's go.
Yeah,
If you
that's
have
what
something,
exactly.
let's go. Yeah.
People who have beef, bro.
Yeah, let's go. Yeah, like if you want a real stuff, let's go. Like I'll sign you. Like, are you good tomorrow? No, I have tomorrow like a schedule with my appointment, like doctor. No, okay, let's go Sunday. Let's go Sunday. No, I have a church. Let's go Tuesday then. Let's go Tuesday. You fight.
This is going to. Oh my
Yeah.
God. Sobrang solid nun. That's going to be a really good format. JC.
Well, with what's going on with the URCC now, how are you actually handling the MMA, the combat sports purists who are who
Yeah.
are who have something to say about that slap fist?
Mhm.
How does the URCC handle that? I mean,
You mean in terms of the credibility of
Yes.
makes sense.
Some people take it negatively that the URCC is handling such an event.
True. The thing is, okay, I'm giving you example. I'll just give you an example, then I'll answer your question. So if you see something good, right? What are the chances that you're gonna comment? What are the chances that you're gonna comment if it's something good? But if you see something ridiculous that against your your priorities, you're gonna comment, right?
Yes,
And the
yes.
problem is that the algorithm works when you like, when you view, and when you comment. Because once you comment, comment is better than like itself for the algorithm. That is why the reason why Snap is so big and popular is not because it's like good content. It's because it's ridiculously bad content. It's like, and people comment on this, and it gets like bigger and bigger and bigger. And that's how it works basically with everything. So, for example, if you see some surprise or something like a news or like a bad news about war, it gets like views immediately. So that's what
Yeah.
we're using. So in terms of this negative response, it's good for algorithm, it's good for viewership, but it's bad for the branding in terms of being as a professional like MMA oriented promotion, because there is the boxing and everything else. The answer is this: URCC as Universal Reality Combat Championship is has a variety of sports, including but not limited to MMA.
Mhm.
So it's first and foremost is the combat industry, combat promotion. So what we're trying to do, we're trying to include not only MMA but grappling, wrestling, maybe in the future boxing, bare knuckle, and slap. Everything that includes the some sort of, I won't say violence, but like full contact or some sort of physical contact. So, but in terms of like replying to the comments and stuff, there is no way we would be able to reply to like all of them.
That's
So
a lot.
yeah,
A
that's a
lot.
lot of hate. That's a lot of hate. Or that's a lot of noise. So it's like might as well just leave it. You don't want to put additional oil to the fire.
Mhm.
Trying to contradict or like oppose or justify yourself, because there is no justification. It's basically the only justification is that guys, please comment. That's pretty much it. Yeah.
But wait,
Yeah.
Alex, we have a question from YouTube. So this is Earl. Are there plans to have like a contender like concept or a contender like series for the URC that the URCC will launch? When do you see this happening? And would you also diversify by featuring other combat sports like grappling or jiu-jitsu? The URCC already has bare knuckle. They're also featuring grappling contest within the URCC framework. But let's get back to the first one. Does the URCC plan to hold like a contender series or like an amateur series, then create content or film it? Like, for example, people will
Yes.
pool together, they try out, whoever wins gets a URCC contract, something like that.
Mhm, mhm. Yes, we do. We do have concept. Actually, we just signed the partnership agreement with ABS-CBN,
Mm-hmm.
so we'll be sharing all the content with them exclusively. Yeah, so that's something new, and we are planning to do the series. Yeah, and we will be trying to launch with Netflix. Yeah, so but
Oh,
it,
yeah.
it will be probably next year. Yeah, so the concept is now we're developing the concept and budgeting, and the next year we'll be probably launching under URC umbrella.
See that, everyone, ladies and gentlemen, fresh from Mr. Sofronov's statement. The URCC just inked a partnership with ABS-CBN. Medyo ano yun, I like the segue. Suwabe lang yung pagpapasok ni Alex dun. Alex just said it really smooth. URCC, ABS-CBN, okay? So the biggest fight promotion in the country with one of the biggest networks in the country. Okay, so URCC, ABS-CBN. And then another smooth transition, URCC, Netflix. Okay, so again, everybody. So the URCC has so many plans for the combat sports industry. Wait, before I go on to my next question, JC, do you have a question?
Oh yeah. And well, since you already mentioned some of those future plans, what about the coming months? What are we expecting for the URCC?
We're working with the New Zealand promotion right now and trying to do the collaboration with them this December. Also, we'll be launching the big event in also in December, but here in the Philippines, in Manila, in Araneta, to do like a big finale event. Yeah,
capping off the year with a bang.
Yeah, basically, yeah. So last year, last year was in Canada, so we're trying to do something big this year and to get more people, get more exposure. Basically, it's going to be like a super fight, and we're thinking to add up like every single content there, including like bare knuckle, jiu-jitsu, slap, and of course the MMA super fights like for championship belts. Wow. We have basically everyone right now. So we build it up a little bit more stories, more content in terms of like people who want to see, including like MJ, and the previous ones. So yeah, and we'll be pushing there. I was thinking to add up like more international fights. So we did the one from Africa, right? So people got really interested. So I think that's something that we can explore also, and get someone in December. I'm thinking maybe some like Kazakhstan or Russian guys or something like that.
Oh yeah, that's going to be very, very interesting.
Yeah, but the timeline is a little bit hard, right? So I'm thinking if we can start promotion not like a month prior as we do it all the time, but like at least 6 months so we can build up the story, build up the content, and sell it properly. Yeah.
Oh wow, that is going to be very, very interesting. That is really exciting news. Grabe, parang kinikilabutan ako ngayon. Di ba? Araneta, babalik tayong Araneta. We're gonna go back to Araneta, the mecca of combat sporting events.
Correct.
Now, this is something that I wasn't able to ask Alex when he was here, so I made sure to pen it down, to write it down so that and Alex is the best guy to answer this. There a lot of people don't see the promotional side of things. A lot of people don't see the business side of things. So being the person working really, really hard behind the scenes and making things happen, because people only see the event, what happens during event day, what people see on their screens. So from the promotional side, from management side, what are some of the challenges that promotions face in order to make an event happen? And this is in line with what we discussed previously on our previous episode. Alex, just a backstory for Alex. We've announced and we've said thank you to like 1 or 2 promotions that folded. So we told everyone that promoting fights or doing events is a very hard thing to do. It's a very difficult thing, very challenging. So at least now, from someone who's on the inside and doing the work behind the scenes, what are some of the challenges that you can share to our audience in terms of creating a fight, creating that beautiful experience that people are willing to shell out money for?
Well, you gotta have a. You're right. There is a creative side and there is a business side, right? For the creative side, you gotta have like a person like Alvin, with the pure creativity. Because I wouldn't say that like I possess that talent.
Yeah.
So you gotta have that because that talent comes not only with raw talent or like feel guts, right? It comes with experience. So you gotta know who can sell, who will be the big match, who will be like this match will be really interested. This match will sell for sure. This match, it's something that we can use. So in my side, I'm like a different person. What I see is like numbers. Okay, this is how much TF we'll have for this bout. Yeah, and basically, you need to have somebody who is passionate in the industry, regardless of the numbers.
Mhm.
You know, you have to have that like a person, and then you have to have the person who will be computing all this stuff, you know, and you got to have a person who will be on the ground doing it.
Mhm.
So we have like a really good team, you know, with basically Alvin, Aaron, and I to kind of see what's going to happen for the events. That's why we were able to, you know, execute so many events within the year. So you gotta have the creativity in terms of knowing the client, knowing the customer, what people like actually, despite the the money and everything, what will be interested. You gotta know the fighters personally. You gotta know their, you know, their technique, their audience, the personality, you know, the communities and stuff, in order to justify or decide, okay, this guy is gonna be this. And Alvin is like really good on this. Like he knows because he is basically, you know, the founder of MMA here in the Philippines.
Mhm.
So basically, yeah, for him, it's like a second nature to just know, okay, this guy, you know, this is shit about this is a good bout. This we have to put this person with this. In terms of not only matchmaking, but just like a storytelling, the composure, and the execution of how many people will come, you know, is going to be good or not. You know, then you gotta know how much money you have to spend and how much money you're going to make, at least projections, and make sure that you know is going to be executed. And then there's you have to make sure that everything is on the ground will be perfect, including
Mhm.
lights, sound effects, production, you know, the scenario, the all the stuff, protocol and stuff like that. You know, Franco, I always come, you know, like in mid,
Yeah.
like Aaron is there first, then I come later on.
Yeah.
Then so it's always like that. And you gotta have all these three people. Some people have all these three talents in one person. That's great, you can do it, but that's a lot of work, man. That's a lot of work
Yes.
because it's not just to work with yourself and executing because your work relies on the work of three components, three people, and the communication with others.
Mhm.
So it's a lot of work, you know, a lot of stuff that you can, you know, you won't be able to see from the beginning, like proper lighting, proper cameras, proper angle, proper like sound effects, and you have to check like from operational side, internet if internet is working, you know, this make sure that the security is there, make sure they're checking everything, tickets, what table it is, you know, to make sure the consumable, you have to pay taxes, you have to get the
Mhm.
permits, you have to do it's so much work. Then in the basically in the business side and the other side is like digital side, right? Like you have to make sure it's marketed properly, you have to make sure that people know about your event, you have to make sure that the website is running properly with stuff like, you know, pixel connected to the copy, make sure it's reading properly,
Yeah.
you do the ads, you know, the Google ads, then you have like all this organic traffic coming from social media and make sure that it's all proper. So it's a lot of stuff, and you have to know the content. So, but the content is number one, you know. But the idea of Elvin and what he created from the beginning, that's basically he's the founder and he created this, and it comes down to this, you know. But it cannot only go like this if you have a proper team and you have proper business planning, business execution, and the operational side. Yeah. So
JC.
it's a lot of work, man. A lot of work. You gotta have a strong team for this.
Oh, and well, I haven't. I guess this is the best opportunity to ask this question, but you know, there are some people who I don't know why they are asking me. I've already told them to ask the URCC directly, but there may have been some problems with the pay
Mhm.
per views. How are you actually handling the issues with the pay per view?
Exactly. The problem with paper is before, right? Okay, this is the again the business side, right? So the server, we just purchased like a bigger server,
Yeah.
so there is no lagging. So now basically it's gonna be no issue with this. But in the future, what we're gonna do is we're just gonna stream it to ABS CBN, and they'll be people will be using their platform to watch the
So
stream.
it was like
So you
last
get
time
so
there was.
URCC will be streamed on ABS.
Correct, correct.
Wow.
All the content will be on ABS CBN.
Because I remember last during the last event, it was also live streamed on the
Yeah,
ABS-CBN for
yeah,
international.
correct.
Wow, that's huge.
Huge. And
And for
you get
yeah,
more access. A lot more people will actually get the
Why?
chance to watch the URCC.
correct. And now we don't have to, you know, like think about okay, we need to make sure that it's covered, you know, so do all the marketing campaign because they have their own team. to do, so it's easier. And they have active users, so it's a bit easier for us. Yeah, but it's
Wow.
win-win for both, ABS event for us in this kind of regard. We just need to push forward, make more content, more quality, more quantity, and just push forward.
Yeah, and I'll echo what Alex said. When you talk about there are so many moving parts when you're doing an event. It's not just get sponsors. Getting sponsors is a totally different ball game. Okay, so when people talk about getting sponsors in the comment section, they go like, "Okay, you go ahead. Okay, go try get a sponsor. Okay, then show me how it's done." There are so many moving parts here. The personnel, getting the right people, making the right decisions is very very important because it will make or break the event. It will make or break your impression with your audience, and it will definitely have a direct effect on growing the community. So everything that Alex said was is very very important. And if we're talking about sharing stories, Alvin will be is the vision guy. Then Aaron and Alex will be the execution. Like no matter what happens, the vision has to become a reality. So you'd
Right.
see them burn so many midnight oils, and then just to make everything happen on fight day. You have to deal with regulations, fighters drama, gym drama. There were so many
And you gotta have the perfect personality for this. You cannot
yeah,
be a conflicted
exactly.
person. So that is why I'm not doing it. You know what I mean? Because yeah, we try to do it. Like I was trying to be involved with this, but I remember we had the conversation with Alan. I was like, no, I'm done. Let's
That's
just
why
yeah,
Boss
let's just
Aaron Catunao is the man. Aaron Catunao is the perfect guy for the job. Okay,
yeah, he's such a nice
even
person.
I can't do it. I'm like, fuck this. I am not doing this. Aaron Catunao,
Yeah,
Boss Aaron Catunao has the patience and the relationships and
yeah,
the bandwidth required in order to talk to people. So that's how
yeah.
important he is. Okay. Uh Okay, this is also good. This is in line with the content strategy and Alex's vision for content. It would be interesting to see the URCC's interpretation of this. Is more of like the embedded is like the behind the scenes look or
Yeah,
the
yeah, I
behind.
know
Yeah,
embedded.
yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, the story with embedded is basically there's lots of enthusiast people, right, that created the content and then they sell the content to the embedded. Right?
Mm,
They basically the cameramen themselves created the content. When you remember when the Habib went to Dagestan and he was filming the embedded, that is how he
yeah.
got like so like hyped and so popular. We should do something like this. We should create more information. We should build up the stories, especially now because the tools are so available. We're planning to do that next year. But for
Mhm.
this, we need to have a totally different team. Production team, the creative director who can oversee the story, who can see the how you can develop the story, what you have to emphasize, family, sports, and some drama, or just family, or just a sport. So we'll be working this next year for sure. But we're
And
slowly doing this with like promo videos and
yeah.
trying to capture some of the moments of the people lives, personal lives, personalities. Yeah, slowly it'll be a little bit more better next year.
And speaking of storytelling, me and JC, we've always advocated for everybody in the combat
Mm.
sports. So people from different combat sports watch the show. From boxing, we have a huge audience in boxing. Then a lot of people from the Muay Thai and kickboxing industry, of course, jiu-jitsu and grappling. We always
Mhm.
emphasize the value of storytelling, and your storytelling will definitely affect your social media. So from Aleks Sofronov's perspective, the business side of things, how important is the role of your social media presence in terms of negotiating fights or getting a fight contract? Okay, let's get to a fight contract.
Mhm.
Okay,
Mhm. Mhm.
getting your foot at the door. So for you, Alex, how important is the social media presence of a fighter that wants to fight in the URCC?
It's crucial. Social media is still just a tool. The main person is the fighter. We have to understand the promotion is nothing. The fighter is everything. That's how it's supposed to be. The fighter does the job. The fighter fights the fight. not the promotion, not the social media, but the social media brings it
Audience.
shows audience. Basically, if the fighter is relevant, if fighter is good enough, if this fighter is the star, that's the criteria that we'll be using, the social media aspect. So if your social media is intact, like Instagram, Facebook, and so forth, you go first. And you're right, that tool really is a crucial factor, crucial factor to determine whether you're good to sell or you're just a fighter. Because there is lots of good fighters, incredibly good, super talent, but they cannot speak in the
Yes.
interviews. You ask them questions, they don't answer, and it's so bad. It's like they're so good, they're so talented, they're incredibly gifted and talented, and the hardworking people. But the problem is that they cannot market themselves properly, and you gotta do that. You gotta do that because you have to make money, and you make money by pushing people to spend. And how are they gonna spend? And something that they don't know, right? You still
Yeah.
have to buy the ticket, you have to buy the merch, right? So that's the one thing that we really need to use, and we need to really focus on building the proper marketing. But I think we cannot really change the fighters because it's a really long process. It's just in our culture, right? In the Filipino, you
Yeah.
don't really say much. You don't talk the talk. You just walk the walk. Basically, you do it rather than saying. So for us, we need to find a different angle to show the personality of the fighter. More maybe like from the family perspective, the action that what he does, waking up at 4 in the morning, going to the gym, barefoot, basically. Then after that, doing the wherever taxi, wherever second job, then come home, with the kids trying to do something. The second training. That's what we need to show. So we definitely need to focus on the fighters. Fighters must bring up the marketing game, and we need to help them with proper tools like social media, production, the promote, and the stuff like embedded, the proper content. Yeah.
JC.
But I understand like the one thing that really fascinates me, uh, MMA is not really popular, right? I mean, it's getting popular now, but boxing is huge.
Yes.
How is it, guys? Like, why so?
We're a
Because
boxing country. We're a boxing country.
I
You
know,
have
but like, since when? What
1930s.
happened? What happened that like did it happen all of a sudden? Bam! There's one star, and everyone's like, whoa, 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 support, and it
It
became big,
started
or it was always been there.
if we're going to go all the way back history 1930s American occupation. They brought in Western boxing. A lot of the boxing that happened during the
Mhm.
colonization of the Philippines was between
Mhm.
the Indios or the native Filipinos versus it was one of the ways that Filipinos could get back at the Americans. So they would have friendly
Oh.
matches. So Western boxing went to the Philippines, Filipinos participated, and then it grew. Then by late 30s to early 40s, we had one really good champion. His name was
Mhm.
Pancho Villa.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
Pancho Villa kind of paved the way for more historical Filipino icons in boxing, Western
Mhm.
boxing. Then the first few batches of Filipinos that went overseas, then they got recognition here. Then of course you have Gabriel Flash Elorde, then the Elorde mystique legend, and then became a brand, and then it just really got Filipinos into the entire Western boxing style of as a sport. Okay, as a
Mm.
sport.
Mm.
Then we
I-
joined Sea Games, Asian Games, Olympics. It was a slow climb, but it
mm.
really became an integral part of Filipino culture.
It's a,
So that
I think
go JC.
boxing was really marketed very very well in the Philippines. That even those who have no clue what's really going on in boxing are actually watching. They all eyes are on matches of like Manny Pacquiao, Jerry Peñalosa from
Yeah. And
or
then when
and
it comes to mainstream popularity,
Mhm.
so you have starts with Villa, Elorde, then mainstream media, 90s. You have
Mhm.
Luisito Espinosa. It
yes.
was one of the really first few batches of people that got mainstream popularity. You have Luisito Espinosa, Jerry Peñalosa, then you had Brian Viloria, then you had
Antonio Varete,
Mansueto Onyok Velasco. Yan.
Mhm.
And then with their popularity came mainstream media's involvement. So the first promotion that got really huge in mainstream Pinoy culture was Blow by Blow.
Yes.
Yeah,
That
yeah,
so
that's a
that's
big
where
one.
Manny Pacquiao and a lot of the local boxers got. Then it folded. Then recently, Manny Pacquiao is trying to revive Blow by Blow, but Blow by Blow was aired. Ano ba to, JC? PTV 4 or IBC 13?
Blow by Blow was IBC 13. It was a
IBC
government
13.
channel. That's what's
Yeah,
interesting.
government channel.
Government
Mm.
channel.
Government channel. And then the format was traditional boxing gym is like 12 by 12 or 8 by 8. They did it
Yeah.
in 4 by 4. Really smaller, really
Whoa.
small ring so that it
More
encourages
action.
people,
More
yeah, more
action.
action.
Yeah.
And then they went to local municipality. They really went on ground. Like they went to basketball gyms, really
Mhm.
barangay level. And then they went
Yeah, I saw
to,
the videos on Facebook and
yeah,
stuff. Yeah, the more
yeah,
barangay like LGU communities. Yeah.
yeah,
So,
that's where I was able to catch those when I was a kid. So I'd
mhm.
frequent those things, and then
But they're still doing it, right? Same way,
no,
like
they
the
revived
barangays.
it. They revived it. So now there
So,
are several boxing promotions. There are a lot of amateur promotions, and there are a lot. Then there are some professional promotions in boxing, and
mhm.
then it's not just in Metro Manila. There are a lot of boxing promotions in the provinces as well. And
Mm.
then came Manny Pacquiao. Then
Yeah.
just went global.
It's
Yeah.
it for the modern boxing, mainstream media really had a big part in you know in pushing it for the masses. That's
Yeah,
why I also think that the partnership, the renewal of partnership between the URCC and the ABS-CBN for next year will be huge. Hopefully, they actually prioritize marketing the URCC, because that's the only way that you know people will remember that, hey, apart from the UFC and other promotions, URCC is here, has been here, and we're not going anywhere.
Mhm.
yeah.
This is where your international, soon to be international fighters start before you see them elsewhere. So I
Yeah.
think that
there,
ABS-CBN
there are
should.
so many angles that there are so many angles to approach, especially I mean if you look at the URCC, it's very rich in history. It's
Mhm.
integrated in the MMA culture, not just in this country. I remember I shared this story with Alvin when I got back from Thailand. So I came from Thailand. I taught the referees there
Mhm.
for an international tournament, and when I got there, there are people from Kazakhstan, Uzbekistan, the Stan countries, and then a lot of Asian countries, one from India. And when I talk about I came from the Philippines, a lot of them
Mhm.
said, "Wait, you are CC?" And I said, "What?"
Famous outside the
So
Philippines.
so
Yeah.
that really made me proud being part of the URCC, in the sense that I honestly thought that we were just known in the Southeast Asian region, but from people who are from different Asian countries, the first thing they say, a lot from China, fighters from China, and I go like, wait, South Korea, and I go like, wait, Philippines, URCC. So for them to know the brand, and so it's very heartwarming, and it's something that the URCC should be proud of in terms of staying this long in the industry and being part of the
Mhm.
community. So um when it comes to promoting fights and making sure that as URCC's GM, how do you handle the pressure of formulating something or conceptualizing something, and then making sure that everything goes as planned, and then executing it come event day? Like for you, how do you handle look at Alex waving his head.
I was like, oh man, yeah, that's a hard. Well, there's always planning, execution, and evaluation, right? So you have to
Yeah,
evaluate all the time. So we're still, I would not really young, but in terms of structural and like international arena, we are
hmm,
smaller than UFC or one championship, but we have better potential because we're young. We're not like
yeah,
structural or like corporate bureaucratic company,
hmm,
so it's easier to move. Um, it just in order to execute. you need to have a really good planning.
Yeah.
And in order to evaluate, you got to have execution. And in order to plan properly, you got to have a proper evaluation from previous event.
Yes.
So it's all interconnected. But the first thing that you need to do is to start. That's the hardest part. To have the guts to say, okay, let's go, let's do it, and actually do it. That's the hardest part. It's hard part mm, for most of the people, but for people like Alvin and me, that's the most fun. The reason why we're doing it actually is because we're fighters, right? And we have that like feeling. I like that when you go, when you're warming up for the fight, and there's
Yeah.
like 3 more bouts, and you're getting like a little bit
The
nervous.
goosebumps.
Yeah, it's like, okay, let's go, and go there. That's pretty much the same thing, but it's like longer, like
Mhm.
longer. And I like it. But you really need to step up, really need to do it. So if you say something, you gotta step up and actually do it. So the planning, you decide what you do, you execute, you do it, then you have to think what you did. But don't think what you did before actually doing it. So
Yeah.
there's no like planning then evaluation. Don't evaluate what you plan. You can only plan execution. So you have to do it, then say, oh, I should have done it differently. But it's better than saying, oh, I didn't do nothing. It's basically the same thing. The same concept is like, if you don't participate in the tournament because you're afraid to lose, you lost. Might as well go and actually do something. So it's pretty much the same concept. But you need to really do it. Execution. That's the most important part. You cannot know if your plan is good enough or bad enough until you actually execute, and then you evaluate. So the execution is very crucial, very crucial. But the problem is the execution costs a lot: time, money, stress. Are you willing to provide that? Are you willing to spend or waste or invest? So that's the hardest part. It's like a gamble a little bit.
Okay. Before we wrap this up, JC, last question.
Yes. So, all right. So, one last question I have for you right now is, well, um, for what is your message for for the fans right now? I mean, Saturday there's gonna be an event that we don't know how the people will accept what's gonna happen on Saturday. When coming into that event, there were a lot of issues. I know it was a big problem for you. It was
Very good
Yeah.
problem, but nevertheless.
yes. All eyes were on the URCC for that one.
Yeah.
Everybody was like worried about what could have happened. I had that name and everything pushed through, but
Yeah.
what are you expecting for this Saturday's event?
I really don't know actually. Yeah, like we're gonna execute and see after. So, but we need to execute. Still stick to the plan. Still, push forward with the event. Then on Monday or Sunday, basically, Ernest and I will have a talk.
That's
uh,
what the
and
problem
Ernest
is.
is my deputy, yeah, and see what has been.
Speaking of the devil.
Because yeah, that's something we've never been done before. You don't know how people are gonna react, how audience will react, or the sponsor will react. Is it good or bad? We will only know after the execution. So we still need to execute first. We can talk a lot, saying, "Oh, we may do this, it may not happen. We
Mhm.
shouldn't do that," but we just need to do it, see how it is, whether we're getting the viewership or not, then decide, okay, are we pushing through or we're keeping it, or should we just mix it up with as a warm-up content with the shows, or what's going to happen? But we need to have more slap events, more slap fights to see what's happening, yeah, to take the risk. And that's one of the risks, basically, slap. But we did it with bare knuckle, right? Nothing happened. We did it in January. Yeah, it was fun. Yeah,
Yeah,
but
they're not-
yeah, bare knuckle was fun. Yeah, it was really hard to sell, but the atmosphere was nice. It was
yeah.
like very dynamic. Just so much
Everybody
more.
loved it. Turns out
Yeah,
everybody loved it.
correct. So we'll
But I
see what's
guess
gonna happen Saturday.
the bare knuckle has leverage now, considering how many events it's been featured on. I guess
Mhm.
for next year, you can do probably do another full bare knuckle card or something. I don't know.
We are planning to do so, but it cannot be under professional, so it has to be amateur. So that's the issue. Yeah, we can do like all outside of the Philippines, but we were still working with GAP in terms of getting the proper approval from the government to push through. But I believe that bare knuckle is actually safer than the boxing itself. So.
Uh,
But it's another story,
Yeah, so
Yeah.
we'll get Alex for another segment if we're going to talk about bare knuckle. But
Another
Alex,
thing I was gonna say, I
go.
was gonna say that Allen is actually pushing. I don't know how he did it, because he wants me to, and I mean, I wanted to develop the wrestling. So
mhm.
Yeah,
we'll be focusing on the wrestling a lot outside of the URCC. So with the help of PSC, and of course the NSA head of Alden Aguilar will be really focusing on the development of wrestling roots here in the Philippines.
nice.
Yeah, so the plan is to within 3 years to have one Asian medalist, Asian game medalist. So I think it's doable. So
Yeah,
that's
very
something that's
doable. Very doable. I mean, the in this Asian Games, so we had Obiena, we had Gilas, and then Megi and Annie Ramirez. So out of the 4 gold medals, 2 came from
Mhm.
combat sports. So
Yes.
so
Yeah.
it clearly shows the potential of the Philippines in terms of winning combat sports. Now, everyone can argue about Yumir Marshall. For me, he won that fight, so it could have
Mhm.
Mm.
been 5. Could have been 5. Okay,
Yeah.
so but either way, when it comes to combat sports, the Philippines is really top notch. Okay,
Mhm.
Professor Kyla Napolis got bronze in jiu-jitsu as well, so 3 medals from jiu-jitsu
Mhm.
and 1 from athletics. So 1 gold from athletics, 1 gold from basketball. So the potential of combat sports, we can really excel in those ones. So we have jiu-jitsu, we have grappling, and then we have wrestling.
Mhm.
Definitely wrestling. Very excited for the next projects of the Philippine Wrestling Federation, of course, in partnership with the URCC under the leadership of Alvin Aguilar. Alex, thank you so much for your time. Before we let you go, any final announcements, anything you want to add or to announce? Okay, please let us know.
Guys, just stay humble. Go to the gyms. Suggest you highly recommend you to check it out the Rizal in the wrestling gym in Rizal. It's under
Yeah.
PAC, so it's official where the official wrestling team of the Philippines train. Come by there, try to be more active, get the rules, because all the fights and all the MMA is basically the fundamentals are coming from the wrestling stance. So that's a great way to build up the strength, conditioning, and a little bit of mastership. Stay safe, stay healthy, and do not. I recommend you never, resolve all the problems in terms of the conflicts outside of the gym. So if you have any issues, go to the gym and solve it there. So I'm not saying that you have to go away from the fights and stay away from the conflict, but do the conflict in the proper venue. You don't shit on the streets. You go to the CR, so you have to fight in the venue. Like, it
Yeah,
has to
that's
be like
true.
that.
That's
Yeah,
true.
yeah, yeah. So that's
So,
pretty much it. Stay safe. Thank you guys so much for the invitation,
Thank you so much for your
of
and
time.
I'll
course,
see you on
Alexander
the 21st.
Sofronov, URCC GM. Thank you so much for your time. Thank you so much for everything that you shared. Okay. Thank you so much for the great news. URCC, ABS-CBN, URCC, Netflix. It just went through that really smooth. If this were some other broadcast, they would say, alam mo ba, alam mo ba. But no, Alex was just, okay, we'll have partnership with ABS-CBN. We'll have another partnership with Netflix. So again, thank you so much for the great news. This is
Thank you.
very good for the combat sports community. Alex, thank you so much for your time once again. And we will see you October 21st, DD Nightclub, URCC Slap Fest. Get your tickets, URCC online. And then make sure you follow URCC on Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, and on TikTok. Alex, thank you so much for your time. Thank you for
Thank you,
being
guys.
here.
Thank you.
We
Appreciate
will
it.
see you. Okay,
Yep.
bye-bye.
Bye.
That is Alexander Sofronov, ladies and gentlemen, URCC GM. So many, yung mga manonood po ng replay, pakinggan nyo po yung mga sinabi niya. Sobrang daming lessons doon. Paano nyo i-build yung sarili nyo? At paano kayo, yan, tinanong na natin siya kasi marami nagtatanong, gusto ko pong makasali dyan. Yan, gusto ko pong makasali dyan. Ayan,
Yung mga
tinanong natin siya.
year, ano?
Paano
Rectang.
makakasali sa URCC? Okay? And
Mm.
of course, huge shout out Ernest Richard Perez, one of the really good hardworking men of the URCC, si Boss Aaron Katunaw, yan ang mga heroes po ng URCC. And syempre, hindi natin tatapusin ang show kung hindi natin pag-uusapan si Johnriel Casimero. Mga kaibigan, hindi ko po talaga, marami nagtanong sa amin ni JC. Ano raw yung tingin namin dun sa laban ni Johnriel Casimero against Uguni. So JC, your thoughts about the fight, please?
So I managed to watch it live. Problema kasi dun sa laban, tulad ng iba mga fights ng mga Pinoy, hirap na hirap tayo makahanap ng access to actually watch it ng maayos. I mean, I do not understand for the life of me kung bakit wala siya sa mainstream media. Hindi siya pinalabas locally, considering yung lumaban was a former 3-division champion in Johnriel Casimero. Hindi ko alam kung may kulang ba from the part na kanyang promoter sa pagpartner sa Pilipinas para maipalabas yun or what. Pero anyway, napanood natin yung laban. Medyo like his previous 2 previous matches. Actually, hindi nga eh. Medyo I can compare it from his past 2 performances. Pa-decline yung dating for me. You know, he has been known to usually be a slow starter, but this time sumobra yata yung bagal. And yung pace niya, we've been talking about, you know, yung paano mo ipapace yung hangin mo for fights for how many episodes already. We did not see that with him. Parang obvious na may kulang sa preparations niya for that fight. Yung the way he traded punches with his opponent na semi-retired na. For an opponent na medyo ganon na, his performance was not exactly impressive. I mean, he could have finished it in the first round considering yung caliber nung kalaban niya na semi-retired. So matagal nang hindi masyado lumalaban. Meaning, probably was not prepared. I mean, coming into the fight, the guy was not even training very well, or at least on the videos. Tinotroll niya pa si Casimero eh. May mga video siya lumalabas na on the treadmill, kumakain ng kung ano. Tapos tumatawa-tawa. Parang tinutont niya, training. And then, yun na nga, round 2, round 3, round 1, round 2, round 3. And then, come round 4, nangyari na nga yung uneventful accidental headbutt na nung una, walang mga nakapansin. Actually, nung unang pinatigil ni referee, ano nangyari? Tapos tinitingnan ko mabuti. Parang may tumama, parang may headbutt, pero hindi ko makita. So I waited for the replay ng part. Sabi ko nga, parang headbutt nga. Pero, sige, tinitingnan nung ringside doctor. Tapos maya-maya, nagulat ako, parang ang lakas ng tulo ng dugo. Pero hindi ko makita doon sa video. Siguro kasi medyo lag din yung dating ng video. Kung gaano kalaki talaga yung impact ng umpugan ng ulo nila. Yun yung mga controversial parts nung laban eh. And then, yun na nga, being the incident happening sa gitna ng round 4 na in boxing rules, if a lot of people don't know, pag hindi pa natatapos at least round 4 at may mga ganyang cases, the fight may be declared a technical draw. Hindi na sila 4 cards, rekta na yun, a technical draw. Yun yung hindi maintindihan ng iba na sinasabi nila dapat panalo si Casimero. But unfortunately, that's the rules eh. Wala tayong magagawa dun sa part na yun. And then, yun pa. I mean, you know, Casimero had some really good parts. May mga nagsasabi nga there were some moments na there were some rounds na medyo mas maganda yung naging galaw ni Uguni than Casimero. May mga mas malinis na tama. Kasi may mga tama si Casimero na malakas. Kita mo, he throws a lot of overhands. Pero cover si Uguni, hindi makita ng malinaw sa camera if it actually hit him or sa braso lang. Yung mga nakikita na tao, hindi, ang lakas, ang dami binato-suntok ni Casimero na tumatama. Pero tumatama saan? Yun yung kasi hindi natin makita sa camera. Isa yun sa mga na-realize ko from the training yesterday. That's another topic. But yung mga hindi nakikita from the video ng mga tao na tama or hindi tumatama. And then, yun na nga, after the press con, after the fight, na uneventful na natigil ng ganun-ganun lang, syempre, press con dyan, binanggit ba naman ni Casimero that, he said, light lang yung naging training ko para sa laban na to. Tapos, imagine, in front of your promoter, in front of the Japanese media, international media, sabihin mo ba naman na hindi ka masyado naghanda dun sa laban? You trained light for it? And then, a few days after, sabihin mo pa, hindi kasi nilalagnat din pala ako nung ilang araw bago ng laban. Parang, alam mo yun, parang too many excuses. But it all boils down to his training camp. Ilang episodes namin sinasabi for the past couple of years. Lalo na nung umalis siya sa MP Promotions, that his training camp should not be that. Dapat palitan niya yung kanyang camp. The whole camp, I believe the whole camp needs to be replaced. No yes men. Kung sino man, kahit yung promoter niya ngayon, they released a statement saying they believe that Johnriel Casimero has to replace his head coach. Sino ba head coach si Casimero ngayon? His brother. Sa isang interview, minention pa ni Casimero that, he assigned his brother to be his head coach on purpose. Merong isang laban siya where he said, nung naging champion na siya, for the second time yata, sabi niya sa kapatid niya, I think it's time you hang it up. Coach mo na lang ako. But something to that effect. Pero, yun na nga eh. I mean, for the good parts of Casimero's career sa bantamweight, he was good when people na nakakapagpasunod sa kanya were handling him sa MP Promotions, but when he exited that group, nung nagsarili na sila, we noticed the decline in his performance. Huge decline. Lalo na ngayon. I mean, hindi nga tayo sigurado kung may conditioning coach siya for this fight. Hindi tayo sigurado kung may nutritionist siya for this fight kasi meron silang parang anong tawag doon, yung parang fight preview na before the match, yung video na parang 24/7. Interview siya ng mga Japanese, pinapakita niya, kinakain niya doon, kung naka-ano pa sila, naka-boodle fight, tapos may soft drink siya sa tabi. You prepare for a fight. I mean, I understand may mga ibang fighters na kailangan yung sugar, pero 2 litro ng coke yata ay na at tabi niya.
Alam mo,
diba? There were some fights before na may alak, allegedly, sa camp. Pero, that was way back, hindi ko alam kung, allegedly. Pero this time, caught on camera, before the fight, kita-kita may soft drinks doon sa mesa niya habang ini-interview siya. I mean, if you're a fight, ideally, wala yung mga yan. You cut on sugar, you cut on salt. Pero hindi, I don't know what's happening to him. Pero habang, sabi nga, nag-uusap kami doon sa post ni Mark Barriga eh. Sabi namin, sana hanggat hindi pa huli ang lahat, he needs to change his camp. Yun ang... What do you think? As a coach,
Yeah, kayo, yung mga manonood nito, ano, sa tingin nyo ba tama yung pagkakagawa ni Casimero? May oras pa ba? So, when the fight only lasted 3 rounds, pero it tells a lot of what happened during camp. So the first round, it's a filling out round for both fighters. For me, what's telling is yung second round. So halfway through the second round, medyo nakikita natin medyo hapo si Johnriel. Medyo kinakapos siya. Parang he was still punching a lot. Nag-up siya ng volume, which is good. Tapos the power punches were there. Some of it landed, some of it medyo balibag tae yung execution. Tapos the speed was there. Pero the strategy was clearly absent. There was no strategy. There was no tactical efficiency inside that ring. It wasn't the Johnriel Casimero that we were used to. This is Johnriel, mabilis, malakas. Pero alam mo, ginagamit niya yung ring. Mataas din ang ring IQ ni Johnriel. So medyo, nakikita mo walang tactics, walang parang gusto niyang, di mo alam kung gusto niya bang tapusin kagad, may hinahanap ba siyang opening, walang setup na nangyayari. So Oguni was just attacking his body. Di ba? So siguro, and he had a height and reach advantage, automatic, titirahin mo talaga, gagamitin mo yun. A lot of jabs. And then every time nalalapit si Casimero, sinasalubong niya ng uppercut. So nawala kagad yung lunging attacks ni Casimero doon. And then he started attacking the body. When he started attacking the body, doon mo nakikita medyo may slow down. Medyo bumagal di ba? Medyo bumagal si Johnriel doon. So for me, this is my honest opinion. That headbutt saved Oguni. It saved Johnriel as well. So, kasi para sa akin, yung the headbutt or the cut that resulted from that headbutt was on the top of basta ang taas dito Tsaka maliit lang. I don't understand kung ibang laban yon, ibang promotion yon, titigil tuloy yung laban na yon. Sa akin lang based on the as many fights that I've commentated and watched throughout my entire adult life, yung ganong klaseng cut hindi tinitigil yun. Pero siguro they saw something we didn't because they were there. They stopped it. It definitely helped it saved Oguni kasi power punching lamang si Casimero. It also saved Casimero kasi pagod na siya Hindi ko alam yung mga ganon, yung nakikita kong ganong heavy breathing by the third round, it's either kulang yung preparation mo or hindi ka nag-warm up ng maayos. Several schools of thought when it comes to warming up. There are a lot of people who want to warm up kasi they want to get the nerves out, ilabas yung kaba. Meron din namang nagwa-warm up na uubusin nila yung gusto nila by the time na umakyat sila sa ring or sa cage, second wind na sila. Kasi mas loose na yung bato ng suntok mo, mas relaxed ka na. So we don't know what also happened inside the dugout. This all boils down to preparation. So exactly what JC said. Go.
Video. They showed the video nung warm-up nung dalawa. Oguni was so relaxed sa warm-ups. Nakita dun sa video that Casimero was giving his all sa warm-ups. Pinag-uusapan nga natin before this episode a few days ago nung nangyari yung laban na parang katulad nung nabanggit mo, it seems like Casimero was wanting to get to that second win para tumagal siya for that round. Pero parang hindi nangyari. Wala pa rin sa point na yun before it went to that anticlimactic ending And may mga nagsasabi nga about Oguni dito sa situation na to na hindi ko rin naman na-check agad and I checked it again. Si Keita Kurihara na kalaban ni Froilan Saludar for that event na tinalo ni Saludar via round 1 TKO, who is Saludar is now the OPPF bantamweight champion, by the way. Congratulations.
Congratulations.
Uni kay Kurihara last year ended the same way. round 4, accidental headbutt, technical draw. But the difference was, supposedly, dito sa laban na to last year, Uguni was ahead on the scorecards. I don't know what, pero sabi nga nila, baka parang medyo iba yung dating na for the
May
dalawang
pattern.
may pattern.
Oh, yeah.
Diba parang may ibang dating eh. But kasi after din nito, before din nung laban niya kay Kurihara, Oguni has not fought since May 2019. Ganun nakatagal siyang bakante.
Mm-hmm.
Yun din. Pero di ko alam eh. Kasi, I mean, Treasure Boxing Promotions is Johnriel Casimero's promoter. Si Oguni, alam ko, iba promoter nito. So, if there's anyone na protektahan nila, quote-unquote, dito, it's Johnriel Casimero.
Mm-hmm. That's true.
Not the other guy.
Diba? So, what's up, Franz Valentino? Watching from Abu Dhabi.
Yes, may laban kasi si Ginil Francisco bukas. Sa UAE Warriors.
UAE Warriors. Good luck kay Ginil Francisco. From Earl, parang eng-eng naman yung nagsabi na dapat si Carl James Martin versus Casimero. Medyo hindi mangyayari yan. Hindi mangyayari yan.
Gusto ba sabihin ko yung pangalan? Ay, bawal nga pala tayo ng pangalan, but he's a journalist na nabanggit din nabanggit na natin.
Yung mga gumagawa ng ganyang anggulo, mga hindi nag-iisip yun. Mga bobo yun.
Ang pagkakasabi niya actually was to the effect na at that pace si Johnriel Casimero, even Karl James Martin can defeat him. Kaso, binalian na ng vloggers. Pinalabas nila na, uy, maglalaban si Karl James Martin at si...
Ay, kung ganun yung pagkakasabi, di ba? Pwedeng totoo. Di ba? Pero yung isi-spin off mo na maglalaban si Casimero tsaka si Martin, bobo na yun. Kabubuhan na yun. Di ba?
Vloggers nakita yan.
Di ba?
So,
ang sama naman. Parang comprehension mo na lang yun eh. Di ba? Comprehension mo na lang yun. Tapos,
twisting.
Di ba? So, before we end the show, ito po ang key points dyan. When you're preparing for a fight, not just in boxing. So, you have training, strength and conditioning, strategy, nutrition.
Mm-hmm.
Kailangan mo ng coach. So, ito yung clearly na based on our assessment on this is my opinion. This is exactly what lacked in terms of Casimero's hindi naman siya downfall kasi pwede pong bumawi si Casimero eh. May oras pa. Para sa akin, para sa ibang tao, walang oras. Para sa akin, meron pa. Probably the next few more fights. Pero kung tutuloy niya yung diskarte niya ngayon, sayang. Magiging wasted potential, wasted talent siya. Kasi magaling talaga si Casimero, malakas, mabilis. Pero yung mga ganyan, kailangan mo ng coach. Kailangan mo ng coach na makikinig ka. Kailangan mo rin ng coach na magsasabi sa'yo ano yung ginagawa mong tama, ano yung ginagawa mong mali. I'll also echo what JC said. Hindi kailangan alisin mo lahat ng yes man sa paligid mo. Kailangan ng papaligiran mo yung sarili mo ng mga taong mas magaling sa'yo.
Mm-hmm.
Tapos, bibigyan ka nila ng options at sasabihin nila kung ano yung pinaka-optimal na decision. The vlogging part, for me, I agree with the vlogging part. I have nothing against the vlogging part. Pero dapat may tao nang nakatoka dyan. Diba? Diyan nagbubuo yung mga embedded series, yung mga documentaries about yung mga, that's fine. You document the journey, you document kung ano yung nangyayari. Pero hindi dapat yon ang main focus mo. Kung may laban ka, kailangan mo lumaban. Fighter ka, ang focus mo dapat, fighting. So you have your coach, you have your team, na dapat ang goal ng team is iangat ka, hindi iangat yung sarili nila. Tapos nakasabit sila sa'yo. Another one is strength and conditioning. That's also another coach. It has to be fight specific. Tapos nutrition. Malaking factor ng nutrition talaga. Yan ang sasabi siya, ano yung dapat mong kainin para mag-perform at makarecover. Kailangan mo rin talaga disiplina. Parang ito yung mga bagay na absent. Kaya ganun yung performance ni Casimero. nakakalungkot na ganun kasi marami nag-abang sa pagbabalik ni Casimero eh. So, he had to battle ring rust. Diba? In as much as semi-retired yung kalaban niya, si Johnriel din naman matagal bago huling nakalaban. Diba? Yung huling laban niya was yung Okada dito, di ba? Tsaka
Huling
yung Korea.
laban was, let me check.
So yung Korea, yung South Korean,
2023 lang eh.
hindi.
Hindi pa.
Pero that wasn't that was a 12-round fight na
Yes.
that could have gone either way. Diba?
Yes.
So technically, so May. Tapos, May 2023.
Mhm.
Diba? So June, July, August, September, October. So 5-month turnaround.
Mhm.
5-month turnaround. Tapos, lackluster performance. Diba? So ibig sabihin,
You have a lot of time to prepare for the fight eh.
so now it's either something happened during camp na hindi natin alam or hindi ka masyado nag-prepare. Kasi kahit yung mga nilagnat the night before or during fight week, yung mga nilagnat, hindi. Pag tama yung camp mo, maganda yung camp mo, magpa-perform ka pa rin.
Diba? Si Meggy Ochoa said, tinatrangkaso siya the night before.
The night before. Diba? So, it's
Gold medalist sa Asian Games.
So, siya, there are so many things na kailangan consider. Maraming bagay, marami tayong hindi nakikita at hindi natin alam. It would justify kung ano yung nangyari sa performance or it could also be one of the main reasons why hindi siya nag-perform na maayos during fight night. So again, everybody, please, tandaan nyo maraming dapat gawin. Kung gusto mo maging successful, you have to put in the work. Hindi na biro yung landscape ngayon. Marami nang nag-i-invest sa kung ano-anong bagay para mag-improve. So, yan, isa na tong, so pag nanonood kayo ng show na to, pinapakinggan nyo yung message, pinapakinggan nyo yung lessons, apply nyo, magiging successful kayo. I guarantee you. Yan, garantisado yan. Tapos, makukuha nyo siya ng libre. Di ba? Sige, go. Anong ano?
Meron pala naging post si Coach JR of Lineshead Boxing a few days ago about dito kay Johnriel Casimero. Parang, well, given that he handles boxers din kasi talaga. Si Coach. Sabi niya,
JR yan eh.
If you were to lead Johnriel Casimero's camp, what would be your top 5 things that you would implement right away? Actually, maganda-ganda yung discussion from his post eh. Marami sa kanila nagsabi na
lahat yan sigurado anti-social media.
Yes. Sabi, number 1 na, no social media and vlogger BS ang mga sinabi nila. And yung 5, actually, may bigay akong 4 points lang. Hindi ko na maisip. Banggitin ko sa mga nanonood yung 4 na sinabi ko.
Mas importante yung ni JC. So, anong JC?
Number 1, social media has to be controlled. Hindi tatanggalin, but it has to be controlled. He can't be allowed to use it directly during camp. Dapat
that is good.
To announce kung ano man kailangan i-announce. Kung kailangan siya kontakin during camp, tawagan nyo, i-text nyo, pero may maghahawak pa rin ng phone niya. Tapos, kailangan niya ng head coach na hindi yes man. Kailangan niya ng head ng strength and conditioning coach at ng nutritionist dietitian.
Ayan, sakto. Yan din yung mga na-mention natin kanina.
Number 3, ayan, na-mention ko din to kanina una-una, tanggalin lahat ng yes men at palitan ng mga tao na pakikinggan niya kahit ano mangyari. Na hindi pwedeng hindi niya susundin yung mga tao na yun. And of course, number 4, fight camp has to be somewhere that's not only high altitude but also a place where there would be zero distractions. And he won't be allowed to leave camp unless it's really important. Saan siya nag-camp?
Napaka-importante. Walang distractions dapat.
Saan siya nag-camp? Sa sarili niyang gym sa Ormoc. Yung sarili niyang gym sa Ormoc, lahat ng pwedeng alaw pumunta.
Mahirap yun.
Diba? I mean, nakita natin how Manny Pacquiao trains. Usually, closed door. Pupunta siya sa Amerika, pupunta siya Baguio. Usually, limited lang ang taong pwedeng pumasok sa camp mismo. Unless merong clearance to to come into the camp from his management team, tsaka lang kayo makakapasok. Diba? Almost zero distractions yung camps ni Pacquiao unless katulad nung nakaraan na pa-election na. So talagang lumalabas-labas siya sa camp niya. Kaya kita natin kung ano nangyari nung ugas na situation, diba?
Wala. Hirap.
Tuwing may distraction, tuwing maraming distractions si Manny Pacquiao sa camp is when he performs not very good or he loses. Nakita natin yan dun sa mga previous fights niya. If these boxers now haven't learned anything from those things that happened before just yet, ewan ko na kung paano i-handle yung camp nyo. I mean, alam ko, katulad nung nila sa Omega Boxing, tutok na tutok nila Doc J yung mga yung mga boxers nila dun. Everybody's in camp, may sleeping quarters sila. Yung mga boxers, train all day sila. Diba? Hindi
Tsaka
ko rin
yun, talagang strict implementation.
which is
Bro mo,
the way,
from 28 boxers, naging 5 na lang.
diba? Parang, diba, kung hindi mo kaya umalis ka, ganun yung...
Oo, ganun kasimple. Yun lang ang rules ni Doc J. Diba? Ako masusunod. Pag ayaw mo, alis ka.
Kaya yun ang choice, ang pagpipilian mo lang doon is tanggapin mo yung mga paru-parusa sa'yo sa gym, kung sa training, kung may mga kakulangan ka doon or umalis ka and waste your opportunity. Yun lang yung choice ng mga boxers doon. And I guess from there 23 boxers yung chose to go elsewhere.
Wala na sila doon. Pero yung mga naiwan ngayon, puto magagaling.
Oo. Filtered
Tsaka
out.
sarap buhay nila. Ang kailangan na lang gawin show up in the gym and train and then perform. So, yan ang natin dyan. Tandaan nyo yan, mga kaibigan. Tandaan nyo lagi. Hard work. You have to put in the work. Okay? So, isang makabuluhang Monday na naman. Thank you so much again to Aleks Sofronov, URCC's General Manager, for gracing the show. Maraming salamat po sa lahat ng nanonood at nakikinig. Maraming salamat din sa inyo sa mga manonood ng replay. Yung mga nanonood ng replay ngayon, pag umabot kayo dito, thank you so much for watching and listening. We appreciate you all. We'll see you. Tandaan nyo so meron nang sinend sa akin si Ernest parang coupon code for all URCC events. Okay, so
wait, alam ko
lagay natin promo code. Yan.
It's MMA Fan 10 pa rin yata. Unless he changed it. MMA Fan 10.
So anong MMA Fan
10. Number 10.
One word lang yan, no? Tsaka URCC _Franco. Ayan. Para makita nyo. So, when you do that, you get a discount. Para may discount kayo sa Para may discount kayo sa pag-purchase nyo ng URCC. Diyos ko naman, ang mura na nga, may discount pa. Diyos ko, Lord. Diba? So, get your, okay? Make sure that you use the promo code, okay? MMA Fan 10 or URCC _Franco to get a discount for your, lahat po ng URCC events yan. So, yung sa 21 tsaka sa susunod, para meron kayong discount. Okay? So, everybody, thank you so much for watching and listening. Follow the JC Reyes on, ba't wala yung natin? Kaya pala. Ay, pangalan natin. Ayan, Nawala. Teka.
Ayun.
Ayan. Ayan po mga kaibigan. Okay. Ayan. Lapit natin. Yun. Okay. Okay, the JC Reyes, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube. Pinoy Fight Exchange on Facebook. I am on social media as well. Just type in Coach Franco Rulloda. Please follow me everywhere. And we will see you guys next week. Thank you so much once again for watching and listening. And we will see you next week for another edition of Combat Sports Weekly Live. Bye-bye. Okay. Yan, maraming